are great, Almighty Jehovah. Hallelujah. We magnify your name. You are great, powerful Jehovah. Hallelujah. We glorify your name.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Lord, we bow down. You are great. El Shaddai, we declare you are great, great. Hallelujah. We glorify your name. You are great, you are great, you are great. Hallelujah. One more time. Let's say you are great, great. Hallelujah. We give you the highest praise. Lift your voice, El Shaddai, we declare you are great. Hallelujah. We glorify your name. Everybody sing. Oh, we glorify your name. Everybody lift your voice, sing. We lift your name on high. We lift your name on high. Declare again. We magnify you. You alone are worthy. Lift him up, sing, say.
6:30 on Monday, the 12th of May. You are great, Almighty Jehovah.
Thank you, Jesus.
We glorify your name. Kofi Kakari and Team Eternity in a powerful partnership. Welcoming you to a great opportunity. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you so much for staying with us on the Citi Breakfast Show. From now till 10 o'clock, the best of morning radio comes your way. Great music, insightful analysis, pointed questions, all in a way that pushes the Ghana agenda.
You are great, powerful Jehovah. Hallelujah.
Yes, indeed. Starting off with Business Sense, brought to you by Access Bank. Then we bring you the newspaper review segment. And then we jump into business and sports.
Almighty Jehovah.
Knowledge is only a kind of potential power. Only when knowledge is applied constructively will it show its power. So a lot of times we're told knowledge is power. So it's not what you really know that makes you powerful. It's what you do with what you know that makes you powerful. So you can know many things, but if the application of knowledge, that's true power. So this is really a thought for the morning. So we always say on this show that don't just be committed to learn, but also be committed to apply what you learn. Learning is great, but true learning comes through practice, not just through reading. So whilst it's good to read, you must put into practice what you know so you become strong and authoritative in what you are qualified to do. So knowledge is only a kind of potential power. The power of knowledge is unleashed through application, constructive application, which is why we do a lot of things. We don't just discuss things. Every 2 months we do something. So in the month of March, it was the Heritage Month, Heritage Caravan, Back to Your Village Food Festival, and all of those things. In the month of June, which is next month, we're doing the City Business Festival, and then that's followed by a number of things. So we will have the Agri Fair, 3 days of bringing many people together, bringing over 150 farmers together to sell, so we practice, because it's in the practice that we actually know. Or a few days ago during Easter, we did the Easter Offering Project. It's important to intersperse your knowing with doing. It's important to intersperse your talking with action, so that you don't just become a clanging cymbal. Particularly for those of us in the talking business, we must always, and I recall when we went to meet the committee that was doing the Akosombo spillage review, and they were saying, wow, you guys have done so much. And we said, well, we talk so much, we have to do so much. You can't just talk for the rest of your life. So every couple of months we do something. It's an event. And those things are not necessarily mere talk shops. They bring people together. So in the month of June, we're going to bring markets together. We're going to bring farmers, people who are into all kinds of things, fish farming, fruit farming, vegetable farming, poultry farming, all of them together. 3 days, 20th to 22nd. The practice of knowledge is as important as the acquisition of knowledge. And this is Business Sense for the morning. Don't be merely hearers, but be doers. Yes. Business Sense brought to you by Access Bank. Faketwa Ebeji Kesie. Bring 250 cedis, deposit it, increase it to 500 cedis or more, qualify for a draw. You could win a share of up to 500,000 cedis in cash and other amazing rewards like PS5s, iPhone 16, Chromebooks, and so much more. You can go to accessbankplc.com or call 0800 004400. This promo runs from now till September 2025 in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Join the Faketwa Beji Kesia train. Save now for the future and win big. We'll start with the news review segment brought to you by Piva Beverages. If you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip of a drink, we have 5 distinct flavors: the cola, the orange, the cocktail, the grapefruit, and the tangerine. Available at your local store. Reach us on 0550-032-231. Piva Beverages, a taste you will love. And from the dreams of youth to the ambitions of adulthood, wherever you are on your journey, starting a career, building a family, growing a business, or planning your future, we are here to support you as Fidelity Bank. Let's turn your dreams to reality. We are here for your journey. Fidelity Bank, believe with us.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
If you have 250 Ghana cedis right now, it can do wonders for you. Chairman, Fabeji, it could turn your tears into joy in the Access Bank Faketwa Beji Kesie promo. Madam, Fabeji, it could get you up to 50,000 Ghana cedis cash prize. Business owner, Fabeji, as a student, make transactions with your Access Bank card, and that could get you Spotify and Netflix subscriptions, PS5, iPhone 16 Pro Max, and more. This be out of class senso. Fabeji, you see what 250 Ghana cedis can do for you? And Gasakra, Fabeji, it's the Access Bank Faketwa Beji Kesie. year promo. Deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis and its multiples in your new or existing account and be on your way to winning a share of the 580,000 Ghana cedis in cash prizes and other amazing rewards. The more you deposit, the more your chances of winning. Promo runs from now to September 2025. This promo is in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
So it's 6:39. It's Monday morning. My name is Bernard Avila. I'm here with Richard Sky and Caleb Kuda. Let me give you a quick one from a listener before we jump into the headlines. You know, every day somebody sends me something. This is from my friend Chris Wala Esikpe. He sent it at 6:06 a.m. I don't know what his issue is. Let's hear him.
Alowski, good morning. Charlie, some long trailer breakdown right before the Tetegu Bridge. If you are coming from Kaswa, I think that place is called Choice, White Cross. It crossed the road and is causing heavy traffic this morning. Kindly get the police to sort us out why. Thank you. Amaga,
hello, Afo. So White Cross, Choice, Kasua, Tetegu, Ghana Police, you know what to do. We did a towing system. Road Safety Commission, please go and tow that truck quickly this morning. Let me say good morning to Richard Sky.
Hey, talk me like a weasel.
Yeah, I was an international traveler.
Yeah.
Yes. I went by road to Togo and I came back with a lot of things to say. Which is funny. The last time I went to Togo was in 1995.
Okay.
After I finished BC.
Oh, beautiful.
So visited 30 years later.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I hope when you went to drink a Aklijo board.
The bread was too hard. But yesterday.
How did you get Sakomi?
No, it was a funeral.
Oh,
but there's something I noticed about the Francophones.
Okay.
When you go to, when they are serving food, they give you wine before the food. When they put food on the table, then they put wine. They use it to open the system. I said, I don't. They put wine. They said, and they even passed this. Through the wine.
You have to prepare the place.
Is this how you put it here?
The name of me what the fualo.
The guy, the pastor prays on prayer when he finishes where he yipping the one. Hey! Oh my God! The public the Togolese. When they bring the rice, no, they hold it in front of you and they dish it in front of you, like secondary school dining hall food. They don't do those, serve yourself business.
No.
They bring the rice and the stew. They come in front of you. Which one do you want? You pour it in your.
Also glass on
My brother. No, Charlie, it's very interesting.
No.
For want of time, let's get into the headlines.
Okay, let me take you to the Daily Graphic this morning. Disallowed expenditure. Auditor General recovers some 12.7 billion Ghana cedis. This story is a very, very good one, especially if it is the case that it recovered 12.7. That's a lot of money. Also, free passport delivery service commences. I saw the minister taking part in the process of delivering the passports, and it's interesting. Great one there. And then resolve Ghana-Togo maritime dispute.
You should have sent me to do that way. I just went to Togo and came back. If they knew that there was a problem, you'd have
just gone there. Special
Ambassador plenipotentiary.
Thank you.
To sort out maritime problems.
So that's coming in from Major General Kochia and some other stories here.
All right. Chronicle this morning, Africa leaders must pursue evidence-based reforms. Salum Daita is speaking here. We'll tell you more. JM will finish Buankra Port. This is Professor Jampo assuring stakeholders and the other stories here as well.
The Herald says this morning, Ntum Fojo dragged before police CID over 600,000 Ghana cedi contract fraud. Also on the front page this morning, Cosmos Energy-based Mahama government with $2 billion, and they are offering they offer sparks industry controversy amid petroleum agreement extension talks. And Sami Jemfi's dollar splash on Agrada triggers backlash and political storm. Some other stories here.
Yeah, the new publisher's twist is Sami Jemfi rains dollars on Agrada, NDC foot soldiers weep, and then King Promise wins TGMA Artist of the Year. CDM tells Mahama to cancel COVID tax.
The Daily Guide says this morning, Edu Bahin bombshell rattles national security. His photograph is here on the front page. And men afraid of fertility tests. They are quoting one Raquel Hesse. Marty, Charlie. The team, if you go find where the team do somewhere, what do you go do?
The informer. Concentrate.
Don't politicize spy chief's allegations. Government told driver busted with weed. I conceded early to save Ghana. This is Baomea. Crackdown on politicians of Forget Galamsey fight. Coalition urges and SNP warns government over gold purchasing policy.
The Daily Gist, Sami Jemfi sprays dollars on Agrada. NDC full soldiers go mad. Also the front page this morning, Baomea preaches unity in NPP, and someone is asking, where is the vice president? Well, we saw her photograph together with the president of the republic just yesterday.
Now, the news center, Ghanaians denied U.S. visa in 2024, paid $6.6 million in fees. Citi to resume depreciation in late 2025. This is S&P. World Bank applauds Ghana for exceeding SOCO project targets, and S&P raises Ghana's ratings propelled by debt restructuring, IMF deal, gold surge.
The Ghanaian publisher says Magdan defends prime airport land. Also, Buankra project key on government's agenda. This is according to the CEO of the Ghana Shippers Authority, Professor Jampo. Also on the front page this morning, CLA condemns CJ's suspension, and some other stories here.
So, Daily Post, First Lady Lordina Mahama honors mothers in heartfelt Mother's Day message. Susie Pinamang arrives in the UK for urgent eye surgery following the intervention of Mr. Ibrahim Mahama. Cosmos Energy pledges $2 billion investment in Ghana's petroleum sector.
The Inquisitor, finally, TDC returns with MWH after Oforiatta kidnapped it to finance ministry. The story about Cosmos Energy is here also, and some other stories on the front page of
Today, PPP demands independent audit into all special operations expenditure of intelligence funds from 2019 to 2024, and Ghana's credit ratings witnesses upgrade from SD to CCC+. Confusion and contradiction, the NPP's protest and the real agenda.
Okay, let me take you finally to the BNFT, the story about the CD rally cutting foreign debt load. As gold windfall, fiscal tightening, and post-election stability bolster confidence. Again, the Cosmos Energy story is here on the front page of this newspaper and a number of other stories.
Cosmos is on Daily Democrat as well, and then police confirmed safe return of kidnapped women from Nigeria. Passport acquisition gets a boost as ministry introduces home delivery. Protect Magdan and other Ghanaian businesses. This is NDC Greater Accra organizer urging President Mahama.
Let me give you a quick round of online stories. Chief of Staff summons Sami Jemfi over cash gift to Agrada. He's photographed here with the Chief of Staff, but there are a number of stories on him. Sami Jemfi apologizes over dollar gift to Agrada. Act on Sami Jemfi cash gift to Agrada. Mary Ada tells Mahama. In other headlines, Citi appreciation. Reduce prices to benefit consumers. Guta to traders. We'll follow up on this one.
Yes.
Slum expansion fueling urban fire risk. Ghana Fire Services warning. Frustrations deepen over deteriorating Pantang Abokobi Road. And allocate budget before project begins. Parliament Education Committee to government. And then Mahama visits Professor Opoku Ajiman on Mother's Day. So that's all on the front page of citynewsroom.com. Channel 1 has a few more. Parliament Dugan residents rely on underground water for survival. That is not good enough. In other stories, Mahama celebrates mothers, promises bold support for women. And then Opoku Ajiman to mothers, your sacrifices build the nation. Those are some of the big stories locally. Globally, everybody is thinking about Zelensky challenges Putin to meet him after Trump demands Ukraine-Russia talks. And then other stories around the UK and the rest of it. So, Sky, let's deal with the CD before I come to Mr. Jemfi and other matters.
Exactly. If you go to page 3 of the BNFT, the story is by Ebenezer Chike, Ajay Njoku. And it says the improving CD is beginning to reshape the nation's debt profile as it is helping to reduce the foreign component of the country's overall debt stock. Now, the local currency, which has rallied sharply, particularly over the last 2 weeks after steep losses since the middle of 2022, is offering some respite to government, which is still navigating heavy debt service obligations and tight fiscal conditions. Now, official data is showing that the gross public debt in dollar terms declined by $3 billion year on year in nominal terms to $49.4 billion in 2024. However, the CD denominated debt stock increased by 116.7 billion Ghana cedis, which is a 19.1% increase year on year to 726.7 billion Ghana cedis by end of December 2024, reflecting the CD depreciation.
Let me give you another one. CD appreciation. Reduce prices to benefit consumers. Guta to traders. Now, the Ghana Union of Traders Association has called on members of the trading community to review and adjust prices of goods and services in response to the recent appreciation of the Ghanaian cedi against the US dollar and other major trading currencies. In a statement signed by Guta President Dr. Joseph Obing, the association highlighted the strengthening of the cedi as a timely and welcome development, urging traders to reflect this development or improvement in the economy through fair and reasonable pricing. Quote, the Guta wishes to appeal to the trading community to adjust prices of goods and services to share the significant gains made by the appreciation of the cedi against the major trading currencies and bring some relief to the consuming public, the statement read. Now, here's the background. Over the past few weeks, the cedi has shown notable resilience, reversing its earlier depreciation trend. The appreciation of the cedi against the US dollar, according to experts, has been buoyed by improved foreign exchange inflows, reduced demand pressures, and enhanced investor confidence, driven by recent policy measures and fiscal discipline.
Right, so Sami Jemfi raised dollars on Agrada. We have feedback online that the Chief of Staff has invited him over. But the story on page 3 of the new publisher says that a video recording of the acting Chief Executive of the Ghana Cocoa Board, Sami Jemfi, handing over some crisp American dollar notes to fetish priestess turned evangelist Patricia Odro Cranting alias Nana Agrada has sparked a growing public uproar, especially among grassroots supporters of the NDC. The video, now gone viral, captured Nana Agrada snatching the rest of the dollar notes from Sami Jemfi and walking away after he had counted some of the notes and handed them over to her. The general complaint has been that Sami Jemfi had been reckless and acted in a way that is offensive to the public, especially the base of his party.
Talking about charity and supporting people, there's a story in the Herald.
Before that, I need to give you two quick angles. Right. Act on Sami Jemfi cash to Agrada Mary Ada tells Mahama.
Okay.
ED of Transparency International, Mary Ada, has urged the president to take firm action in response to the growing controversy over a cash donation made by, as you just read.
Yeah.
She basically says that the president needs to show his commitment to the code of conduct by taking action. And then finally, as Caleb said, the chief of staff has summoned the man in question to a serious meeting today. Sources at the Jubilee House informed Citi News that Samuel Gyamfi have been asked to appear before the chief of staff to explain the circumstances surrounding the incident, I won't call it a transaction, which has sparked widespread public criticism and raised concern over the ethical conduct of public officials.
Yeah, so let me take you to page 5 of the of the Herald newspaper for the story I'm talking about. Let's support this student. Optometry student at KNUST sells pure water to fund his education. Now, in the bustling streets of Techiman Central Business District, a young man known as Dr. Water, basically hydrogen 2 oxide, is drawing attention not just for his unique marketing style, but for the powerful story behind his hustle. Now, Chofel Daniel, a 20-year-old level 500 doctor of optometry student at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, sells sachet water to support his education and ease the financial burden on his parents.
Wow.
Now, with a serving bowl in hand and a courteous approach, Daniel offers his water with professionalism and humility. He began selling water in 2019 after completing senior high school, using the proceeds to fund his university education and to support himself ever since. I think this is a compelling story.
Yes.
And people with the capacity to support should kindly reach out to the Herald and see what they can do.
So we are told that global food prices to drop by 7% in 2025. The new publisher is reporting on page 7 that global food prices are expected to decline for a second consecutive year in 2025, driven primarily by a significant slump in rice prices as abundant global supplies and relaxed export restrictions weigh on the market. The World Bank's latest commodity markets outlook forecasts a 7% year-on-year decrease in its food price index, with each of its 3 main subcategories, grains, oils, and meals and other food items, projected to record declines.
So global food prices to come down.
Yes.
So
Citi is appreciating traders should reduce their prices.
Yes, good time.
Now we are told that food prices to also drop this year.
Yes.
So food sellers, take note.
Sharp. Now, the Citi to resume depreciation in late 2025. That's what S&P is saying. Elvis Darko says that the Citi is expected to revert to a path of depreciation from the second half of 2025, according to a new report by S&P Global Ratings. It forecasts renewed currency pressure and persistent fiscal and structural weaknesses. The Global Credit Ratings Agency, which recently upgraded Ghana's foreign currency rating to CCC+/C, said the Citi's relative strength in early 2025 is unlikely to be sustained due to a host of economic and structural challenges.
Okay, let me take you to the Daily Graphic, talking about money. Disallowed expenditure. Auditor General recovers 12.7 billion Ghana cedis. Kester Aburam Kuranchi writes for the Daily Graphic and says the office of the Auditor General has recovered 12.7 billion Ghana cedis out of 38.9 billion Ghana cedis disallowed expenditures flagged in audit reports between 2020 and 2023. Now, this represents 32% of the amount flagged by the Auditor General to be disallowed and recovered for the period of the special audit exercise. Now, the Auditor General's report indicated that 12.7 billion Ghana cedis of the disallowed expenditure for the period was recovered from public boards, which is 10.79 billion Ghana cedis. Ministries, department, and agency 1.86 billion Ghana cedis. Technical universities 35 million Ghana cedis. Internally generated funds 13.8 million Ghana cedis. Pre-university institutions 9.09 million Ghana cedis, and the District Assembly's Common Fund 7 million Ghana cedis.
Right, quick one here. Ghanaians denied US visa in 2024 paid $6.6 million in fees. Elvis Dark on page 6 of the news center. The United States Embassy in Ghana will not refund over $6.6 million collected from 36,000 Ghanaian visa applicants whose applications were denied or left incomplete in 2024. With an average visa denial rate of nearly 60% in 2024, many prospective travelers are left financially burdened after paying non-refundable fees for unsuccessful application.
Okay, I want to draw your attention to a story on page 23 of the Daily Graphic, because people have been talking about water supply challenges in Yendi and Tamale. We are told that the Ghana Water Company Limited has initiated measures to address the Tamale and Yendi water crisis. The story, let me give you the first paragraph of the story. The managing director of the Ghana Water Company Limited, Adam Mutawakilu, has outlined a series of short-term interventions aimed at mitigating the ongoing water crisis in Tamale and Yendi by the end of the year. I hope that they will do the same for the people of Ho and surrounding communities.
It's the whole country
who are also facing
a few headlines. In Team Fojo drag before police had over 600,000 contract wahala. This is on page 3 of the Herald. And then Cosmos Energy bait Mahama government with $2 billion offers sparks industry controversy amid petroleum agreement extension talks.
But new HIV cases emerge in illegal mining zones, according to the Ghana AIDS Commission.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a serious one.
So social problems associated with the illegal mining as well.
People are doing all kinds of things without the necessary protection.
Yeah. We'll be right back with more analysis. Time for the City Business News.
Yes,
Stay with us.
That's the advert. If it
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangerine. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-32231. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
My body, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh you go work, but you know it's out there your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's out there your side. And when you dream, no say I never you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I never you. Many want. If I believe I dey your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I dey your side, fidelity.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Ugomi, at what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same right. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Time for the City Business News, brought to you by MTN EcoBank and Caleb Kuda. Sitting in today with the business news for the morning. Good morning, Caleb.
Good morning, Bernard. Hello, good morning to you, and welcome to the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News. The bulletin is proudly brought to you by EcoBank, MTN, and Girl. I am Caleb Kuda. Coming up, Bank of Ghana cautions public against illegal foreign investment scams. Also, government's T-bills auctions fall short by 169 million Ghana cedis as yields continue to dip. And later, Guta urges traders to reduce prices as cedi strengthens against the dollar. Thanks for joining us. The details now. The Bank of Ghana has issued a stern warning to the public about the operations of unlicensed individuals and entities posing as foreign investors and promising high returns on deposits. In a statement, the central bank cautioned that these scams, which are being circulated on various platforms, constitute illegal deposit-taking activities under the Banks and Specialized Deposit-Taking Institution Act 2016, Act 930. In a statement, the bank stressed it has not licensed any person or group of individuals in such schemes. Participation in these activities constitutes an offense and may attract administrative penalties between 500 and 100,000 units, as stated in the Anti-Money Laundering Act 2020. The public is thus advised to verify the licensing status of any financial operator before depositing funds. Any suspicious activity should also be reported to the bank's Financial Stability Department or any law enforcement agency. Later,
despite the shortfall, all bids were fully accepted across all tenors, signaling strong investor demand and the Treasury's willingness to absorb the full auction amount for the
Apologize for the wrong insert there. Now, latest figures from the Bank of Ghana show that the government missed its treasury bill issuance target by 169 million Ghana cedis. According to the central bank's published results, the government aimed to raise 5.38 billion Ghana cedis, but received bids totaling 5.25 billion. Here's more.
Despite the shortfall, all bids were fully accepted across all tenors, signaling strong investor demand and the Treasury's willingness to absorb the full auction amount. For the 91-day bill, 3.85 billion Ghana cedis was fully accepted. Similarly, 747 million Ghana cedis in bids for the 182-day bill and 611 million Ghana cedis for the 364-day bill were entirely allocated. Interest rates continue to decline, averaging between 15 and 16%, with the 91-day yield dropping by 7 basis points to 15.16%, down from the 15.23% the previous week. The 182-day rate also fell by 7 basis points to 15.70%, while the 364-day yield declined by 15 basis points to 16.8%. Looking ahead, the government plans to raise 6.68 billion Ghana cedis in the next auction. For market watchers, this could signal strong appetite for money demand from the Treasury or government. Wilson Zilebu is an economic and fixed income analyst at Deutsche Bank.
This full acceptance could be some sort of tactical approach to moderate the rate of interest rate declines, especially considering the very still nature of negative real returns on the market and the very narrowed nature of risk compensation between the 91-day bill and 364-day bill, which is just a little over 100 basis points.
Economic and fixed income analyst at Data Bank Wilson Zilevu, ending that report by Netele Nete Ajaho. Some economic watchers want the government to consider using Ghana's gold reserves to boost key productive sectors of the economy rather than relying solely on them to stabilize the city. They argue that while maintaining strong gold reserves is important for effective currency management, greater economic resilience would be achieved by investing those resources in agriculture, oil production, and manufacturing. Franklin Kujo, president of Humani Africa, is among the economic watchers advocating for this strategic shift.
There's nothing wrong getting a lot of gold and using that to shore up so that you don't externalize this currency. That's fine. I'd rather be interested in the other productive elements of the economy, agriculture, manufacturing. Because you see, what if gold oils plummet? Assuming the price of gold plummeted, which is not likely to happen anytime soon, by the way. Even the ounces that we sort of dig out on the earth, maybe gets reduced at some point. Fine, there's nothing wrong with that. But I think building your currency on the back of gold reserves may not really be a smart thing. I mean, if we were getting to war times, maybe I probably would think that, yeah, maybe at some point you want to store value in gold so that after the war you can do whatever you want. But I'm not too sure about that strategy. But for now, it's working.
President of Imani Africa, Franklin Kujo there. The Ghana Cocoa Board says it is working closely with Parliament to tighten laws on cocoa smuggling, aiming to make penalties more stringent and deterrent enough to curb the practice. According to Cocoa Board, the move is part of broader efforts to safeguard Ghana's cocoa sector, which continues to face challenges from cross-border smuggling driven by price disparities in neighboring countries. Head of Public Affairs at Cocoa Board, Jerome Sam, in an interview, Citi Business News indicated that the board is also committed to ensuring timely payments to cocoa farmers, a key measure it believes will reduce the incentive to sell cocoa illegally across borders.
We have to make sure that we do prompt payment. So even if it is 1 cedi, the person would have to get his money there and then. So if I am assured of getting paid when I take my cocoa to the DO or to any LBC, and then I will get money, why would I engage in illegality? So yes, these are some of the measures that we are putting in place in order to wow the Ghanaian farmer, or to discourage the Ghanaian farmer from taking his cocoa bean outside the jurisdiction of the country to other neighboring hot country. But aside that, we are also going to Parliament. We are liaising with Parliament and other relevant institutions to make sure that the smuggling of the cocoa bean becomes very punitive enough.
Jerome Sam is head of public affairs at the Ghana Cocoa Board. Now, the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, is calling on traders across the country to adjust the prices of goods and services to reflect the recent appreciation of the Ghana cedi against major trading currencies. In a statement issued on Monday, GUTA appealed to members of the trading community to pass on the benefits of the stronger cedi to consumers by reducing prices. The association believes this will help ease the burden on the general public and demonstrate fairness in pricing practices. GUTA's appeal comes as the local currency records notable gains against key foreign currencies including the US dollar, euro and British pound. The association emphasized the importance of aligning market prices with current trends, especially in the face of economic challenges. Meanwhile, head of business and economic bureau at the association, Charles Kusi-Appiah-Kubi, says they are not surprised by the government's decision to retain COVID-19 health recovery levy despite early assurances of its removal. The levy, introduced during the pandemic to support health sector recovery, remains a point of contention for businesses and consumers alike. He has been speaking to Citi Business News.
We are not disappointed. Yes, he made some promises. Some of them have been achieved. Those that he could not achieve, he has given us reasons. We will not run to say we are disappointed. We are hoping that things will get better so that any hurdles that he has to fly over to get us a kind of relief that will make consumers have purchasing power, business also to grow. We are all looking for that opportunity. So we will give him our maximum support. It would have been a different story if we haven't received that communication. Then that would mean that he's taking us for a ride. But he has given us that kind of respect, which I think we should be reasonable, we should be rational, and I appreciate that. That giving the opportunity within his space without scrapping. But there's a condition because of the economic challenges that we find ourselves in.
Charles Kusi-Appiah-Kubi is head of business and economic bureau for GUTA. Now, the Minister for Works and Housing, Kenneth Gilbert Ajay, has urged the newly inaugurated board of directors of Tema Development Corporation to build on the company's recent progress and strengthen its performance trajectory. According to him, TDC remains one of the leading financially viable state-owned enterprises, and maintaining this momentum is critical to advancing national efforts to address the country's housing deficit. The minister spoke during the official induction of a 7-member board of TDC.
Your selection affirms the diverse expertise, proven leadership, and integrity you each bring to this critical national assignment. This ceremony represents a transition in governance and a reaffirmation of our collective commitment to revitalizing the housing sector and reinforcing institutional accountability in our country. TDC Ghana Limited has distinguished itself as one of the nation's top 5 performing and most profitable state-owned enterprises. Therefore, your mandate is noble and demanding to consolidate this enviable track record and elevate the company's role in tackling Ghana's housing challenges.
Kenneth Gilbert Ajay is Minister for Works and Housing. Let's now have a quick market check on the currency board. The dollar could be sold to you at 13 cedis 60 pesos. The euro is going for 15 cedis 50 pesos, and the British pound is 17 cedis 50 pesos. Remember, these are rates being offered at some forex bureau within the capital. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News. It was brought to you by EcoBank, MTN, and Goal. For more news, visit citinewsroom.com/business. I am Caleb Kuda. Have a good business day.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Wale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Hey, Akos, you know we have been friends since childhood, and we always tell each other everything.
Oh, Cynthia, I know that, and that is why you are my best friend.
We even eat together, and I have spare keys to your room. I also know your phone password.
Cynthia, don't I also know your phone password?
Yes, so, but what about your Momo PIN?
Hey, no way.
Indeed, Akos, your Momo PIN is your secret. Do not share your PIN for any reason or give your PIN to someone to send cash on your behalf. Debida, never give out your PIN or OTP as a means of claiming a so-called promotional prize one. Your PIN is like your toothbrush. It only belongs to you. Stay alert.
MTN.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
30 minutes past 7. Caleb brought the business news to us this morning. Courtesy MTN. Carrying multiple phones around can be such a chore. It's no longer, anything to be proud of. Now, imagine being able to switch between different numbers on the same phone easily and seamlessly. Guess what? You can go SIMless with MTN eSIM and enjoy the convenience of connecting multiple phone numbers to one single phone or device. To check if your device is compatible, simply dial *#06#. Once you receive an EID number, it means your phone or device is compatible. Simply download my MTN app today to request your MTN eSIM and enjoy the sweet, seamless life everywhere you go. Every day people face different emergencies: police, money, fire, medical, etc. Now there's a money emergency number from EcoBank. It's *770#. It's the new EcoBank money emergency number. Gives you instant access to loans, funds transfer, utility payments, airtime and data purchases, and so much more. Dial *770# now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank is the Pan-African bank. Kickoff is next with Lesheho. The Lesheho Don't Come campaign has come to you because you deserve financial peace. Life comes with financial challenges, but with Lesheho, you don't have to face them alone. From now to June 30, we've reduced our interest rate just for you. Whether it's education, rent, or unexpected expenses, we've got the right loan to meet your needs. Simply WhatsApp or call Nana on 027-004-0799 or 027-004-0733. Let's make life easier together. Act now before the offer ends. Terms and conditions apply. Lesheho, let's improve life. It's also brought to you by Polytank. Papano. It's been over 30 years of high quality water storage. Choose Polytank for guaranteed quality. Available at the same price across the country at Polytank partner shops, whether it's Rumble, Hippo Sumo, or Super Sumo. Durability is always assured. Polytank, the original, always the best. Caution, Polytank does not request for Momo payments online. And Premium understands Premium best. The new Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP with carbon neutral properties is the one for your premium car. It's a fully synthetic motor oil designed from natural gas using the Shell Pure Plus technology. It prevents dirt buildup with exceptional cleaning power, leaves your pistons cleaner than a whistle, up to 50% more than the industry standard. So if you want your classic car to run smoothly like a Ferrari for years to come, use a Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP made for premium. Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP, designed for ultimate engine performance.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
What a weekend! While some are coasting to victory, some are also struggling, looking for points to qualify for matches. There's also athletics and all of that with Edwin Kwakufi as he gets in. Of course, here's a quick teaser of what to expect.
Firmin comes away with it. Still Firmin. Can he get the shot away? He can! Oh. What a brilliant goal to round off what has been a spectacular performance from Football Club Barcelona.
Well, Barcelona extended their dominance over Real Madrid at the weekend with a fantastic win in a 7-goal thriller in the El Clasico. We'll bring you more reactions to that. But in the NBA,
basket. Final 3 seconds of the half. Neesmith gets a clean look off, and he hits it right now. The Indiana Pacers put up an 80 spot on the Cavs in this first half.
the Indiana Pacers scored 80 first half points as they beat the Cleveland Cavaliers to take Game 4 for a 3-1 lead in the NBA playoffs. We got all the latest from the MTN FA Cup matches over the weekend, plus a look ahead to the Black Satellites quarterfinal clash with Egypt coming up later in this bulletin. Kickoff is powered by Shell. Shell go well. Zonda GH, Polytangana, Elesheku. Let's improve life. Well, we start in the MTN FA Cup and two clubs battled it out at the TNA Park this past weekend for a spot in the final set for June the 15th at the University of Ghana Stadium. On Saturday, Division 1 side Golden kicked edge past fellow Division 1 outfit at Tram the Vizier. Speaking after the hard-fought win, Golden Kicks coach said they focused on correcting their weaknesses in training, a key factor in securing the victory.
Like you said, we spoke in Kumasi regarding we not taking chances, and I responded like we'll work on it. Yeah, we'll work on it. Along the week, during our last 4-5 matches we played at in the league, we scored most of the IS goals. We scored most, so we've really improved on the weaknesses that was stopping us or preventing us from winning matches.
That was the head coach of Golden Kicks. Meanwhile, Atram de Vizier's head coach Gordon Atram has revealed that 8 of his players fell ill shortly after the team arrived in Takwa, a situation he says played a major role in their loss to Golden Kick. Atram stressed that the sudden health setback disrupted their game plan and heavily impacted their performance on the day. Let's head to Egypt now, and Ghana's under-20 head coach Desmond Ofe has praised host nation Egypt ahead of today's quarter-final at Suez Stadium at 6 p.m, calling it a final. Ofe emphasized the importance of winning to stay on track for the title and keep Ghana's hopes alive.
It's a final. It's a final. I think it's a golden ticket. Everybody won this ticket, and I'm sure the host nation will do everything in their ability to also win the game. But all in all, we have to show that we are the better team. I think we are not only playing a team, we are playing the nation, we are playing against history. So we have to be on our very best tomorrow to make sure that at the end of 90 minutes plus extra time, we are the winners of the game.
That was the head coach of Ghana's under-20 side, the Black Satellites, Desmond Ofei, speaking ahead of tonight's quarterfinal clash with Egypt. To some athletics, and Ghana's men's 4x100 meter relay team has qualified for the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo, Japan in September after finishing second in their heat at the World Athletics Relays in Guangzhou, China. Team Ghana clocked 38.32 seconds to secure second place in the first of 3 heats, bouncing back after missing out on qualification on day 1, where they finished third with a time of 38.49 seconds. Ibrahim Husseini ran a strong anchor leg to push Ghana into second place and confirm their spot at the World Championships. Now let's head to the Premier League, where Arsenal head coach Mikel Arteta says he's disappointed with how his team often reacts to losses, always needing a comeback. Referring to their recent draw against Liverpool, Arteta said he wants Arsenal to be the team taking control, not constantly chasing the game.
Very far of it, really upset. Yeah, we had a reaction. I hate reaction, I like action, and especially we want to be there winning trophies. You're going to be a moment that you win it or you don't, and when you don't, after you have to play another one that you have been working for 9 months, and that's here today. And if you cannot win, you have to be the best of the rest. And I was really, really upset.
That was Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta. Meanwhile, Liverpool head coach Arne Slot says Trent Alexander-Arnold's departure won't take the shine off a potential league title. He believes winning a 20th league crown should be celebrated for what it is, not overshadowed by any player exit.
I don't think there's any possibility, whatever can happen, that can take the edge of us winning this league, the 20th league title. I was here 2 weeks ago, and there's nothing. Yeah, maybe there can happen a few things, but those things will be much worse than what we are talking about. That can take the edge of us winning the league title. But then we have to think of things that I don't want to think about.
That was Liverpool boss Arne Slot. Finally, in the NBA, the Indiana Pacers scored 80 first half points as they beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in their NBA playoff Eastern Conference semi-final to take Game 4 for a 3-1 lead in the NBA playoffs. The Cavaliers were on very, very bad form in the first half of the game as the Pacers took control of the series, and now will be looking to clean out the rest of the series in a couple of days. And that's the latest in the world of sports. For more on all these stories, visit citysportsonline.com. I am Edwin Kwakofi. The City Breakfast Show with Bernard Avlek continues.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, come to let's share go. No matter your situation, come to let's share go. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life.
Polytech is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytech, we get some more Rambo and get some more super. And the Polytech we did for Papa no no Papa no 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 Papa no no Papa no 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 Papa no no Ankasa. Polytech, the original, always the best.
There are some classy celebrations that calls for whipping out your favorite China sets
Same goes for your luxury vehicle. Just any engine oil won't do. Premium understands premium best. The new Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP is the one for your premium car. It's a fully synthetic motor oil designed using the Shell Pure Plus technology. Prevents dirt buildup with exceptional cleaning power, leaving your pistons cleaner than a whistle up to 50% more than the industry standard, and gives you stronger, long-lasting engine performance. So, if you want your classic car to run smoothly like a Ferrari for years to come, use the Shell Helix Ultra SP 020 made for premium. Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP, designed for ultimate engine performance.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is a bank, First Atlantic Bank, a shining purple star to brighten up my day. First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different services all day long. First Atlantic Bank, and it feels so cool. I know this is where I belong. Come on, everybody, this is a bank like no other. First Atlantic Bank. Follow me, let's go now. Let's go. Let's bank. This is a bank like no other. Let's bank. This is a bank like no other. Let's bank. This is a bank like no other. First Atlantic Bank.
First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different.
It's time for Belmont flavored milk.
It's Belmont time, each and every day.
It tastes so good.
It tastes so good. I love my Belmont.
Great for each moment.
Great for each moment. Any time of day.
It's so delicious.
So delicious. Belmont flavored milk.
Belmont.
Belmont. I love my Belmont.
So delicious.
Belmont flavored milk.
Belmont flavored milk. It's maliciously delicious. For bulk distribution, give us a call on 0544 335 900. Another quality product from Bell Aqua. This advert is FDA approved.
Belmont flavored milk.
Girls, leave me and let me do my thing. I'm tired of everyone chasing the same old. Awesome intelligence is the new magic. Get your Samsung Galaxy A56, A36, or A26 5G. eSIM included. This trip, school go big. As I pull out my awesome intelligence, pictures, videos, slow-mo, filters will be awesome. That's the new Galaxy experience. So let me do my thing. Let me be different, unique, and most of all, awesome with my new Samsung A series. Grab your new awesome Galaxy A56, A36, or A26 5G. Level up your game with the new awesome.
Price starting at 4,199 cedis. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know that worms take away nutrients from the food you eat? Just listen to them.
Brothers, yesterday the food nice, huh?
Oh yeah, the choba woman there, she did try wa.
Charlie, something come on. Eat food.
It did taste like banana.
Hey, make a taste some. Make me try a taste, make a taste. Hey, something is doing me.
Something is doing me too.
Oh, it be Vermox.
Vermox banana flavored dewormer is available in both suspension and tablet and is suitable for children and adults. It's good for you, bad for worms. Not recommended for children under 2 years and pregnant women. This advert is FDA approved.
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
The Money Matters segment is brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Welcome to the Money Matters segment with Petra. A home of your own, a thriving business, world travel, or simply peace of mind? Whatever your goals, don't leave your money on autopilot. A financial advisor can help you turn those aspirations into a clear, actionable plan. With the right guidance, you can save strategically, invest confidently, and protect what you've worked hard to build. At Petra, we offer free, non-pressure conversations, no jargons, just honest, practical advice for people who are ready to take control of their future. Dial *447 *70# to speak to a financial advisor today. Petra, achieve more.
The Money Matters segment was brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing gonna be alright. Rise up this morning. Smile with the rising sun. Three little birds flit by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, saying, "This is my message to you." Singing, don't worry about a thing. Every little thing gonna be alright. Saying don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds flit by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, saying, "This is my message to you." Really don't worry about a thing. Worry about a thing, oh. Every little thing gonna be alright. Don't worry. Singing, don't worry about a thing. I won't worry. 'Cause every little thing gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing gonna be alright. I won't worry. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing gonna be alright. Don't worry.
7:34, Robert Nestamali, starting off the second part of the show today. And of course, those of you do not know, his date of death was the 11th of May 1981. And so today being the 12th, I just want to give you a few Bob Marley tunes in memory of, I think, the greatest musician of all time. I mean, there's no doubt about that. At least for those of us who are in the struggle. Those of us in the liberation struggle. Robert Nestamali was a great ambassador. Few happy birthdays. My good friend Edem Go. Edem Go. I don't even know where you work these days. You are just a big man. Edem Go of Bishop Herman College. My friend from Medina. Happy birthday to you. A few more. May the good Lord continue to bless and grant you divine health to live long and see us bear fruit out of your benevolent and generous life. Happy belated birthday, a philanthropist, Mr. Joe Justus Aivo of Afeluto. Hey, Sky.
Apollo too, yes.
I felt Lotto they chop birthday.
That be our Apollo too.
Joe Justus Aivo. I felt Lotto. From Emmanuel Elikem Amuji.
The Aivos I know are from Denu.
Charlie, when I went to Togo, I also saw their Lotto, but their Lotto is called something else. It's called Lotto. It's a different Lotto. I saw this thing today here.
Oh yeah. I'm for the Lotto.
They are staking everywhere.
That's how people they take check them how far.
So Joe Justus Aivo, happy birthday to you of Apel Lotto. Happy birthday to Waraba Densua Aban of the Risk Advisory Department, Deloitte. Belated birthday to Emmanuel Ampong Usu, also of the Risk Advisory Department, and Shadrach Arthur Raphael Belly, Francisca Jiman, and Wisdom Yanka, all of the Tax Regulatory Department, and Isaac Amwa of the Financial Advisory Department, from your country managing partner, Daniel Owusu Kojo, and all staff of Deloitte. Good morning, Bernard. The big truck has been removed, so it looks like the police acted very quickly. Thank you very much. But there's another one. 3 big trucks have collided on the Accra-Kumasi road between Bunso Junction and Apedja. So please inform Aloski to alert the police service on the Kumasi-Accra highway to visit the place and help tow those trucks to ease traffic, because motorists are stranded in between. So 3 big trucks have collided on the Accra-Kumasi road. And this is causing a problem. I just need to say a couple of quick things.
I think there are some other
a few. Okay, let's go through.
Right, so this one says, good morning, Minister Bernard Kokuabla and Citi CBS team. Please, today is the 68th birthday of Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams. Please kindly wish him and the family a happy, glorious birthday.
Happy.
God bless you, Papa.
Papa.
Yeah.
Yes. Happy birthday.
He's the true Habemus Papa.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
No, he just be big man.
Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams.
A true maverick.
Yes.
True. Yes. I mean, I don't know how to describe.
He's redefined the space.
The funny thing though is that when you meet him one-on-one, he's such a lovely man.
Yeah.
Like when you go to him and you're going to talk, you say, so what's happening in the political scene? You know, you will love the guy. You know, he has this aura
around him. Yeah.
So that when you see him on stage and he's preaching, so powerful. But when you meet him one-on-one, I mean, he's a lovely man.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. 68.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So next 2 years you'll be 70.
Yes.
Hey,
Charlie.
The old lion.
Yeah.
It's 70 soon. The old lion. Hey. No. If you could describe a man as a lion, no. He prowls.
The devil wants to be smart.
Well, you know, I remember when President Mills died. You know, you interviewed me at the Parliament House.
Exactly.
Then he entered the place with his entourage. He was wearing his full cassock.
Yeah, that's right.
Charlie. It's like a lion with his lion cap. Charlie. Even like he pray away, Charlie. It's a revelation pie. So he just enter. Charlie.
Put your hand for back.
Hey.
You know, at the height of the COVID pandemic, when I was there, Charlie, when somebody forward the photograph, I went like 3 different
Charlie, you just put your hand for him back. Yeah, no one trouble. No.
That's true.
Nicholas Duncan Williams.
Big man. He's fathered many people. And may the Lord God continue.
For somebody who didn't have such a good formal education, to build the kind of thing is built. I mean, it's incredible. Solid. It's incredible. So, Duncan Williams and family, we wish you happy birthday on your 68th. And it's the first of 3 straight birthdays of great men of God.
That's right.
So on the 12th, His Turanaba will also chop his birthday. Then on the 14th, Dark Hayward Mills, who was playing golf with Asantine over the weekend,
that's right,
he will also chop his birthday. Then a few days later, Richard Sky and Penadavle will also they will join the fray.
No, but tomorrow, Pastor Mauli is also celebrating.
Powerful.
God's prepared this week to birth great men of God. Some on the pulpit, some on the radio.
That's right.
So let's do a few more.
Right, so happy birthday to a dear friend and brother, Kofi Asensu Benjamin, aka Shinji Kagawa, past student, KNUST Geomatic Engineering Department. You deserve nothing but the best from your friend and brother Mangala. Jersey is inside Teshi Nungwa Estate. And this one says, happy birthday wishes to Makafui Kamela Jumado from Kwame the tailor. Okay, so going to Makafui Kamela. Happy birthday. And there are a few here as well. Today is the birthday of Franklin, also known as Kofi Nyako Ado. He works at the PR department of the AMA. Very resourceful gentleman. Good morning to you. Happy birthday, sir. We celebrate you. Help me wish Aaron Sabute a happy belated birthday. You shall be what it is said. From Victor's, Vicentia, Valerie, Venny, and Vanessa Sabute. It's a V train. Blessed morning, CBS team. Blessed birthday to the Honorable Hubert Senior of the Heart Group Ghana. May God's grace, goodness, glory, and grace, as well as guiding presence, be with you always. Stay blessed and keep leading.
Political violence, Citi, yeah. Don't involve Rasta in your say. Rasta don't work for no CIA. Rat race, rat race, rat race, yeah. Rat race. I'm saying, when you think it's peace and safety.
7:42 on the City Breakfast Show. So a few Bob Marley songs just to set the morning up. 44 years ago today, the legend. He was only 36 years old. I think, is it 35 or 36? So he probably, if you add 44 to 36, that would be how much? He would have been 80 years old today. Can you imagine? So he was not even up to 40, but his songs are still ringing even long after he's gone. I call him the prelate of conscious music. So yeah, which of his songs do you like most, Sky? Because I know you are a Lucky Dube guy. You're not a Bob Marley guy.
I think it's done a lot of conscious music. I mean, No Woman, No Cry.
You like that one,
a
eh?
legend.
Yeah.
You know, in many ways.
Changes the mood.
It changes the mood.
Yeah.
You know, the politically conscious ones like this one, for instance, Rat Race, is a beautiful
It's a good
song.
one. Yeah.
And of course, Revolution is another exciting one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the guy, you can't really put your finger on it.
Big man.
Yeah,
It's a big man.
And I think he left too early.
Yeah,
he left too early.
There's no point in living long and not doing anything with it. So if you live short and you do a lot, it's probably not the problem.
Yeah, well, that's the other side of it.
And sometimes too, I agree with you that he probably would have done a lot more, because if you look at the kind of thing he was churning out, there are some who've lived long and done a lot. So not to say that, but you know, there's a controversy around even how he died and all of that. So some of the greatest people who try to describe the African condition, they didn't live that long.
Yeah,
you know, Malcolm X, Steve Biko,
yeah,
Bob Marley, even you can say Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah,
you know, it's not the kind of message they had is not very popular. So sometimes people like that are not given to us for a long time. And when you have a great calling, it may come at the expense of a long life.
Yeah.
Of course, for some, like Mandela, the life and the survival is the message. So he had to stay alive to prove that choosing that path can be worthwhile.
He was spared for a purpose.
But there are some who had a very, very big message, but they were killed or they died short. So You know, at the end, we all know.
Well, I mean, if you look into the Bible itself, I mean, Jesus Christ didn't live long. He died in his 30s, right?
33.
33. So, exactly. And you can look around. Many of these legends who have come to redefine the world in many ways died in their very, prime age, 30s here and there. And then also there were those who died later after having endured all kinds of things.
Yeah, so basically everybody's calling determines.
Exactly.
Except, of course, Christ is still alive because he rose from the dead.
Yes.
So for us, we believe that he's still alive. But that's not the point of this morning. Two things to say to you before. This morning, I'm very happy that Guta has called on their members to reduce prices. And I will explain why. All right. That's very important. Because I called them out when they raised prices on a whim. So for Mr. Obing to write to his members and say, hey, guys, lower prices. Don't forget, last month I did a show with Fabag. And we were talking about how things were so expensive. I was looking for, in my house we buy dispenser water. Dispenser water. And Sky, I mean, sometime last year, dispenser water was like 100 and whatever. It's gone up so high. The price is so high, and I don't even understand why. So we need to understand why certain things that are sourced locally and produced locally still, when the city depreciates, they raise their price. Now that the city is appreciating, we need to see the commensurate reduction in prices. So we'll deal with that shortly. But we understand the unique journey of women in business, from juggling multiple responsibilities to navigating financial complexities and societal expectations. Your resilience and vision inspires. That's why we've created the She Business account, tailored to empower visionary women leaders like you, with collateral-free loans of up to 2 million cedis, insurance coverage, discounted loan interest rates, and capacity building programs. The She Business account is the banking solution for you. Visit the nearest ABSA branch or call 0302-429-150 for more information. Transform your living room and bedroom into a sanctuary with our stunning selection of sofas, couches, dressers, dining sets, center tables, and a wide range of beds and mattresses and other soft home furnishings. This season, shop and save up to 30% discount and discover the perfect blend of style, comfort, and affordability at Ashfom's exclusive furniture promotion. We have a limited one-time offer, 30% on selected products. Call Ashfom on 055-902-7907. That's 055-902-7907. Visit any of our showrooms at the big malls, or we are at Medina Taxi Rank, Bogba, Vineyard, Tema Casino, and other Ashfom shops across the country. There's also free delivery to your doorstep. Be an Ashfoman now. Feel it, know it.
We refuse to be what you wanted us to be. We are what we are. That's the way it's going to be. If you don't know, you can't educate us or no equal opportunity. Talking about my freedom, people freedom and liberty. Yeah, we've been trodden on the wine press much too long. Rebel, rebel, yes, we've been trodden on the wine press much too long. Rebel, rebel. Babylon system is the vampire. Sucking the children day by day. Yeah, me say the Babylon system is the vampire, falling empire, sucking the blood of the sufferers.
Babylon system is a vampire. I tell you
Sucking one a blood.
Before we get there, if you're looking for a delicious snack for both kids and adults, try Bell Moo flavored milk. Comes in chocolate and sweet strawberry flavors, perfect for any time of the day for your lunch boxes, after school snacks or quick pick-me-ups. For bulk distribution, call 0544 33 5900. 0544 335 900. Bell Moo, it's Mooliciously delicious. Another quality product from Belacqua. And if you're looking for a smarter, faster, and more secure way to manage your finances, look no further. With the award-winning FAB mobile and internet banking solution, banking is now easier, faster, and more convenient. Join the Purple Bank and feel the Purple experience where convenience meets innovation. It's easy, safe, and secure. First Atlantic Bank, 2 times Digital Bank of the Year in a row. First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different. Tell the children the truth. Oh my God. We've been trotting on the wine press. And as you get ready for the day, don't let doomsot take your joy. Translight Solar has a fantastic deal to save up to 70% on your ECG bills. Enjoy clean and reliable energy without breaking the bank. You don't need to pay the full cost upfront. Translight Solar is offering an opportunity to own a complete solar system by just paying 30 to 50% of the cost and spreading the rest between a 12 to 36 month period. Come to translightsolar.com or call 0504 249 229. Translight Solar, wherever there's sunlight, there is Translight. Kalebi, this is part of your music education. Oh. And your Pentecost, this is very important too. Caleb, I know you like Pentecost sentence, but Charlie, you need this one too.
No, Babylon system is the vampire.
Yeah, because you are not a reggae guy.
You go.
You know, if you want to be a successful radio host, you must beef up your repertoire of reggae music, because there are some things you want to say that only reggae can say it for you.
Yeah,
you get it? So, because there are some things you can't say. You have to let the music talk. So you have to have a crash program with Kelly Dredd. So he will take you through a course.
Yeah.
He will deal with Bob Marley. He will deal with Peter Tosh.
Yes.
He will get Burning Spear. He will take you through. What's the name of the three of them who started the Wailers?
Grams.
No.
Okay.
What's the name of this guy? So Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, and then the third one. Bonnie Wailer. Bonnie Wailer. Those are the three. Then he'll do Burning Spear.
Then
he'll take you through culture.
Yes.
Then he'll do Steel Pulse. Child, there are many. You need to, before you come to the modern day guys. You know, the Rocky Dawunis and co. It's a whole education. If otherwise your education is incomplete. You know, drop No Woman No Cry for Caleb because he doesn't understand the system. Yes, this one is very important. This was a cold morning.
entrenched down. And then Georgie would make the fire light as it was love would burning through the night. Then we would cook cornmeal porridge, of which I'll share with you. My feet is my only carriage, so I've got to push on through. But while I'm gone, I mean, everything's gonna be alright.
And I want to dedicate this song. I want to dedicate this song to my mother, Julia Justina Amene Israel. Avle, Charlie. Somebody posted something yesterday, and I like it says, "Life doesn't come with a manual; it comes with a mother." So even if you had it for a few years, there are some things she will install in you that will make you set up for the rest of your life. So I want to appreciate my mom on Mother's Day, which was yesterday, and I can say that look, everything I've become is it's her prayers, her love, her support. Even now in my current situation, Charlie, my mother is solid. So this is a song dedicated to my mom, and I'm sure your mother too deserves.
So I am adopting every submission you have made with the necessary modification, as though they are mine. The lawyer said mutatis mutandis.
I tell you.
So I've adopted your submission.
I tell you.
With the necessary modifications. Mutatis mutandis.
I tell you. So that's Madam Esther Jaka.
Rebecca Afi Jaka.
Too much.
Yes.
Rebecca.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was Esther.
No. So it's Esther. Rebecca Afi Jaka.
Correct.
Ube Jaka tu chichi ho ho. Pele tu mena dela.
Charlie, I beg repeat. They say what?
Jaka tu chichi ho ho. Ebe de pele tu mena dela. Yes,
he has removed the bullet from the hunter's gun.
Exactly.
But the first one I didn't get.
Okay, so that
the Jaka is what?
Jakatu chichiho. So Jaka. So there's a big rat, big right, like
big old.
When you see it on your farm, you assume that it's some really big animal. Yeah. Then you want to clock your gun quickly and fire. You fire, you go there, you see the thing. And your gun is all the
wasted your time.
Exactly. So now that you have seen an elephant passing, now you want to do this. You don't have any bullet.
And of course, this is to all the mothers and mother figures in our lives.
Yep.
There are some who are not physical, biological mothers who have done a great job, and they epitomize motherhood. So we just want to dedicate this song from Bob Marley. For man, the Bible says his days are short and full of trouble. So Bob Marley says, "No woman, no cry."
And I was then the same to Madame Yesuto. Yesuto, my in-law.
Okay, so this is your wife's mother.
Yeah, Madame Yesuto is an amazing woman. Yesterday we had a very interesting, long conversation on Mother's Day.
When I was driving to Togo, I was thinking about you.
Okay.
I went to Togo for a funeral, and I remember, the place I drove to was just 40 minutes from the border. You drove like 2 days. Charlie. But I was telling you something. The two things I noticed in Togo. The road from Akanu to Nuefe to Baja, I didn't see a pothole. And I'm not exaggerating. I didn't see a pothole. Their asphalt was a bit higher, and their road markings were higher quality. So the road from Akachi to Joje is a relatively good road, but it's gotten damaged in some portions. Where you pass through over bridges, the road is spoiled, and the markings were not clear.
So you use the Overhavu area through Fenny, right?
But
through Joje down.
Yes, and I meant to Akanu. But when I got to Lome, not Lome, the border.
The border, Seme.
So no, Akanu. Seme. So when I got to Akanu, I drove to a roundabout called Nuepe. Then I turned left on the way to Baja. The asphalt is thicker than ours.
Yep.
And the street markings were, so you notice they do it was just a single lane, one going, one coming, but the lines made more sense. And then they had this sort of arrow in the middle of the road that tells you how the road is curving which I thought was interesting. So it's like the road is going to bend right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I thought if you talk about a highway, their road was better. I didn't see a pothole in the part. Of course, I drove in Togo for about 40 minutes. If I compare that to 40 minutes into Ghana, from Akanu, Georgia to Tajavu to Akachi, there were lots of potholes. Number two, all the people sitting on motorbikes had helmets, including the people at the back. In Ghana, when I got to my own hometown, people were riding motorbikes without helmets.
Yeah.
That's number two. The third thing I noticed though was that in Ghana, if you want to buy a chip, you need a Ghana card. I think there you can buy a chip anyhow. So I think that's the only difference I saw. So at least for them, but apart from that, I think their roads were better quality. And I think generally people drive better in the short time I spent there. But the fact that everybody on a motorbike had a helmet with passengers was quite stunning for me.
You know, they have a more, if you like, brutal police force, which enforces discipline in a way that people even fear the police. They call them the gendarmes, you know, the gendarmerie.
Yeah.
It's like you get what you deserve there and then.
They are strict.
And when they take you there into their cells, the discipline you face there for misbehaving, serious. So there's a certain brutal enforcement that causes people to want to obey them.
Because Ghana was much freer. Of course, I'm from Ghana, but you could just feel that there's a bit more free, laissez-faire in Ghana. I don't know whether that's good or bad, but Togo felt a bit less. Like when you drive to a Ghanaian police barrier, they are basically, the police guys are saying they'll just wave at you and you just pass. When you get to a Togolese police barrier, they are holding AK-47 rifles, Kafugbe types, and their barriers are like, it's like you're in a security zone in a way. In Ghana, you just drive through and then you just get to say Abba, and then you go. The Togo guys are more, they don't smile. Quite, not easy.
Considering the high levels of, bloodshed we see on our roads, I think enforcement has got to be, raised in a way that is meaningful and within the confines of the law. Of course, the Togolese guys come with their own excesses, assaulting people in cells and all kinds of things. But what it does is that people are more responsible on the road,
So the state is much tougher on people in that country.
Exactly, especially when the government is now talking about we want to open the roads to motor riders so that they can do Okada and things like that.
I think that if we want to do Okada, we have to learn from them. I didn't see one person on a motorbike without a helmet.
You can't.
And this is not even Lomeo. This is not even far from the border. But it was interesting. In Ghana, just the Akachi place, motor guys were just riding by heart, even in my hometown. Charlie, when I entered Togo, I didn't see one person on a motorbike without a helmet. Not one. And I didn't see one pothole. Between where I drove for at least 40 minutes. Not one pothole.
They'll take you to.
So we have to ask ourselves how to improve our own system. Honestly, we have to. Anyway, time check. 4 minutes past it. Let's do tech and social media trends. So, Sue Graham, we dedicated No Woman No Cry. So I'm dedicating that to you too. I know you like Bob Marley.
I like Bob Marley. If you are choosing a song from me, I want Exodus.
Wonderful. 1970 Exodus, movement of Jah people.
Movement of Jah.
You like Exodus, eh?
Yeah, I like the song. I like the whole album.
Yeah, Exodus is great.
One Love.
One Love
not
is,
as much.
Yeah, One Love is overhyped.
Is it?
It was a song because of all the gang wars in Jamaica, and it brought peace, but it's not as nice as Exodus.
Well, I mean, Lucky Dube did the rendition of it.
That's even nicer. But Exodus is good.
It's good.
Exodus is good. Caleb is looking at me strangely. He doesn't know Exodus. Do you know Exodus?
It's a revolution.
No, I will take you to Skelly Dread for 1 month.
Yeah, man.
By the time you come back, you'll be a Rasta man.
So you go.
Your eye go open.
So you go.
I tell you. No, you need that consciousness.
Respect.
Just that they won't add the other things.
No, maybe, for pass the place.
No, he doesn't need that thing. You don't need. You're a Rasta man at heart.
I said what, those days that I was doing this DJ business or trying to learn it in my early days.
You be a DJ too.
Yeah, he be a DJ.
Those days I was staying in Nima briefly with, my older brother, that is from my father's side. And Charlie, so I said I wanted to learn the DJ. So, but they took my cousin took me to
the place they do the DJ. No?
I won't mention the DJ's name.
Yes.
But when I entered the place,
the scent,
highly spiritual.
Like about 50 people. Sitting around, a pot in the middle.
And they were just inhaling to the glory of God. They said, no, I can't be a DJ. where I'm coming from. If I go and smoke this thing, my father will kill me. You know, sometimes your family can put the fear of God in you that there are certain places you can't go.
Even when they are not present, you feel their presence.
So that's how your DJ career.
My mother's this thing was ringing in my ear saying, "This
hey,
Charlie." Go and
heal that thing.
Where you pass the wrong place.
All right, so Caleb, what's the segment?
Social media trends is brought to us by Telecel and First Bank Ghana. First Bank Ghana has introduced the all-new First mobile app onto the market. You will experience convenience in banking from your palm anywhere in the world. You can purchase airtime or data, account to Momo transfer, interbank and intra-bank transfer, account opening, bill payment to Netflix, iTunes, fingerprint and Face ID helps you log in to the app. The statement downloads in PDF. You can schedule your payments, the biometric authentications for transactions, auto receipt generation for past transactions and all that. Please visit the app Apple App Store or Google Play Store to download yours. Call 0596-921-921. Email firstsolutions@firstbankgroup.com. You can also visit any of our branches nationwide. First Bank, you first.
Susu, what's your middle name, Seth?
Kobla.
Why so many Koblans in your family? Mauli too is Kobla.
Yeah, it's just
Susu, Kobla, Graham. So, what's trending this morning?
Well, obviously I'll go through them. Let's start with the sports. So there was an El Clasico yesterday, and Real Madrid raced to a 2-goal lead, only to end up losing 4-3. But Kylian Mbappe is obviously in the trend. He scored a hat trick, very impressive, but it wasn't enough. His teammates on the other side just didn't do what they had to do. Nicholas Jackson is also in their trends. He elbowed a Newcastle player, I believe it was Sven Botman, and he's put Chelsea's Champions League hopes, in it. And also Trent Alexander-Arnold, he was booed roundly by the Anfield crowd in their match against. He was booed roundly by the Anfield crowd.
You should celebrate him for what he did for you.
Football is not logic; it's emotion.
I understand where they are coming from. You are a boyhood, product of the club. You are leaving. You don't even sign a new contract. So at least, Real Madrid take 30 million.
Did the club offer him anything?
Yeah.
The club itself is not serious.
No, they offered him a contract, but by the time they offered him, his eyes had started wandering. That was the issue.
It's his career. You should go.
Oh no, he's but football fans. If you are not, football fans want you to play for them until you are bad, and then they will sack you. They want to sack you on their own terms.
The guy played a quick corner that gave you Champions League.
That was a long time ago.
So those were the football ones.
Yeah, the football ones are trending. So the TGAMAs are trending. So Telecel, right? Telecel, yes. Right now I'm an old man, so sometimes I forget the name changes and stuff. But Telecel, the sponsors of this segment, also sponsored the Ghana Music Awards, and there were a lot of interesting winners. Of course, the biggest one was King Promise winning Artist of the Year. So congratulations to him. He's one of my favorite artists. I'm a big fan of his music. So our good friend Stoneboy won some awards. He won Reggae Artist of the Year and Best Reggae Dancehall Song. That was also there. King Paluta won a few awards. Yeah, so
that's right. I think it was the most popular song of the year.
Yeah, that song is Sisifia or something. Paluta.
Exactly.
Okay.
So a lot of nice.
Who won gospel artist? I think it's a woman.
Gospel artist. Joe Metzel.
But the song of the gospel song was
is it
PSA or something?
Yeah, I think. Well, I saw video of her entering the.
Maybe that's what I saw.
Yeah, I mean, beyond that, though, I think. Look, we should not use this brilliant award ceremony to show off body parts that you should confine to
dressing
your private space.
So
completely unacceptable.
So-called red carpet.
Yeah, and then why do we copy all of these things so blindly? Have we become so
No, they say red carpet.
No, it's wrong.
Yeah, I don't understand
it. Some of the things, these are not things that you should even be displaying, but people want to show that.
That's a chance for Ghana.
If it is even appealing
it's
to
trend.
It's
not trendy. Do you know how much people pay to trend? You always trendy, so you don't know. You ask how long people want to trend. People even want to pay for trend. So you are sitting here free with your coolie. I don't know that trend is important. But I agree with you. Some of those dresses are not necessary. Go on.
I would disagree. It's the red carpet. We do things at the red carpet.
No, but we're a society too that has to have common sense. There's nothing sensible in such things.
Oh, I disagree. I feel like sometimes we also make too much of these things. Sometimes, I'll be very honest, it doesn't look right. But sometimes, you see, because they are trying to wear a style, sometimes when you have a certain body style, it looks some
there
way.
There must be a basic sense of decency in society. Yes. That's nothing to do with freedom.
Oh, I
you can't wear and be Charlie jogo like that. Some way, you know. Let's move on.
So of course, so then yesterday was Mother's Day, of course.
Yes.
So Mother's Day was in the trend. So we want to wish all the mothers listening a happy. Can you say belated Mother's Day?
Yeah,
happy belated Mother's Day. So happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers listening. And of course, the one and only Sammy Jenfi.
Trending like never before.
And now Agada.
My goodness.
Yes, so that's been dominating the trends. Dollar was even trending. I mean, this happened, was it Saturday night or funny. Sunday?
The dollar is supposed to be trending because the city is appreciating, but now it's trending for the negative reason. So what are people saying?
Well, it's it's a mix of things. People are like, this unacceptable behavior, the code of conduct, he's not holding the office in decency. Cecilia Dapa started trending because remember she had $1 million under her bed allegedly. So they are saying that Sammy and Jenfi and Cecilia Dapa, what's the difference? So a lot of things are so the trends are very interesting.
I think at no point was there a claim that she had $1 million under her bed. That's inaccurate. The facts don't support that.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying that this is what they were saying. That this I'm talking about. I'm not saying. I'm
social
not
media, dear Charlie.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the case, please.
Tell me what the trend.
Gold board 2 is also in the trend. So they said they are saying that that's the gold board.
People will need chop straight bullet. Galamsey will chop straight bullet.
Yeah, so it's just a whole mess. I'm sure you guys will get into that a bit later. But and then in the tech news. So Apple has settled, Google has settled with some of their black employees. So there was a lawsuit claiming that Google was discriminating against their black employees.
Oh.
So Google has settled for $50 million.
What were they doing to the black employees?
Well, racially biased corporate culture.
Oh my God.
Yes. So
yes,
the black employees said they were only 4% of the workforce and only 3% of the leadership. So if they felt that they were not being given a fair chance,
I believe so,
in the company. So
it's not easy. As Martin Luther King said, 500 years later, the black man is still not free. Charlie, that is speech. Anyway, we'll continue with more. Thank you, Susu. That was second social media trends.
Since 1894, we've witnessed the evolution of a brand and proudly partnered with its people on the path to prosperity. From the ink-stained ledgers of the past to the lightning-fast transactions of today, First Bank has consistently adapted, embracing innovation while cherishing the legacy of our heritage and making giant strides across the globe. It's not just about banking, it's about enabling your success generation after generation. Our legacy defined the past, shaped the present, and in 2094, we will still be fostering financial security and stability for future generations. We are helping to create a future where the possibilities are infinite, the opportunities borderless, and where the world looks up to Africa. Let's awaken the giant in you. You first. First Bank.
Auntie T, abeg, fix me go betete Ghana. No garri, no oil, no plantain, just beans then eggs.
Hey, brah, that be dangerous combination, no.
Problem no day. I fit handle am.
For Telecel, we the Bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, you fit get your own data and call packages. Fala! Made For Me bundles like the way you the want them. That *530# then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Looking for the latest buzz in Ghana's entertainment world? Welcome to Ghana Weekend, your ultimate destination for all things creativity and entertainment.
Stay in the loop with breaking news, exclusive interviews, and then insider stories from your favorite creatives and stars. From music, movies, fashion art, lifestyle and culture, Ghana Weekend brings it all together. Get a daily dose of entertainment, discover new talents, and never miss out on the creativity that defines our vibrant culture.
Stay connected with us across all platforms. Follow us on Instagram with the handle Ghana Weekend, on X Ghana Weekend, on TikTok Ghana Weekend, at Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube for the latest in entertainment, travel, and everything Ghana. Don't miss out. Join the Ghana Weekend family today. Ghana Weekend, where entertainment meets creativity. Visit GhanaWeekend.com now.
Polytech is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytech, we get some more Rambo and get some more super. And the Polytech, we did Polytech, Papa no no, 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 Ankasa. Polytech, the original, always the best.
When the pain is too much, don't know what else to do. So hunam ya wuya, no wunya wunya. Rapping all, we'll take the pain away. Rapping all, bema wuya nejai.
Rapinol is what you need. Rapinol will relieve you of all aches and pain in your body. Rheumatic pain, menstrual pain, body pain, toothaches, and other feverish conditions. Rapinol is a quality product from Danex Itin Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. Not suitable for children below 16 years old, asthmatic, and ulcer patients. This advert is FDA approved.
He dribbles one, two defenders, shoots, goal!
Wait, you captured that moment? Of course. With my new HMD phone's AI dual camera, I never miss the perfect shot.
HMD, the official mobile partner of FC Barcelona?
Yeah, bro. It's now available in Ghana. Europe's largest phone maker brings you the HMD Arc and Aura 2 phones. With its 3-day battery life, you can do the things you want to do without rushing out to get your charger. HMD, makers of Nokia phones.
Pepper powder, pepper ojawo, sankofa pepper powder, sankofa, pepper powder, sankofa pepper powder. Abunu amonje krakra, sankofa pepper powder, sankofa pepper powder. Ojawo.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Movement of your people. Oh yeah.
8:20 on the City Breakfast Show. Experience the thrill of easy banking with Zenith Bank this season. Enjoy 24-hour access to our secure digital banking channels from the comfort of your home, office, or wherever you are. Make quick and easy payments with your Zenith MasterCard, Visa card, or Easy Pay GH Dual card. Simply use the Z Mobile Ghana app, Zenith Internet Banking, or dial star 966 hash to manage your account, buy data bundles and airtime, make payment and more. For a full bouquet of Zenith Bank data banking channels, visit zenithbank.com.gh or call 054 2000 111. That's 054 2000 111.
And let's get real. You don't need a fancy title to be a boss. You need a dream, a purpose, and a mindset to lead. Join Absa Bank Ghana's free ready-to-work webinar titled Unlock the Boss in You on Thursday, 15th May 2025, streaming live at 11 a.m. on Absa Bank Ghana's Facebook and YouTube channels. This session is designed to help you recognize your full potential and develop the mindset of an entrepreneur. Expect insights and inspirations from seasoned young entrepreneurs to help you start and grow the business of your dreams. No suits required, just a bold vision and the courage to begin. See you there. Absa ready to work. Your story matters.
Lots of love for Bob Marley this morning.
Yeah, man.
Died 1981, 44 years ago yesterday. He died at the age 36, or is it 35? 36. So he would have been 80 years old today. But there's also something happening. The Ghana Citi has been appreciating against its
it's been appreciating the dollar.
Appreciating against its trade partners. I think that's the word to use, quite well. And if you look, for example, at the numbers, a couple of months ago, you needed about 16 cedis. Indeed, at the turn of the year, you needed about 16 cedis to buy the US dollar. By April, you needed 15.46 cedis to buy the dollar. As of May 9th, which is just this Friday, you needed just 13.15 cedis to buy the dollar. So you can say that the cedi has appreciated quite significantly over the past few months. Now, the Ghana Union Traders Association, led by Dr. Joseph Obing, has issued a statement welcoming this development and calling on its members to do the needful. He says, bring down your prices as the cedi appreciates. Dr. Obing, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, my brother.
I haven't spoken to you this year. To Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, my brother. I think we were at the economic
forum, yes. But today is the first time hosting you on my show. So
yeah, it's true.
Wonderful. So, usually when the prices are high, I call you and I ask you why your people are translating the cedi depreciation into increased prices, and you try and explain to me that it's because a lot of your inputs are imported and sometimes the dollar affects everything. So I was happy to see that you had written to your members advising them to lower prices after the cedi's appreciation. So give me some context. How long has the cedi appreciated, and why did you think it was necessary to tell your members to reduce prices?
We have an obligation to do that. We have to show good faith to the consuming public. With the business that we do, we are not doing in isolation. We are doing with the consuming public, our customers. It is important to recognize that when the consumer is unable to buy, when the purchasing power is very low, it is unable to buy, it affects our turnover. Business thrives on turnover. So it is very important that we make sure that we share the gains with our customers or consuming public so that we can also thrive even as business. So that's the reason why the gain that we are having here is quite significant. And then we can also predict. Sometimes you cannot predict, even if the price there's reduction, and then people have to do wait and see. But in this particular one, the trend keep going, and then it gives us the comfort for us to even adjust our prices. It's very important. That's why we are calling on our members, even though there are other challenges that people have bought the goods in the old rate and all that. But we are not in a monopolistic market. Ours is a highly competitive market. What is old at the old price, others have gotten it at a cheaper price. So we have to strike reasonable averages for us to remain in competition and also be able to pass on some of the gains. And that's why we are appealing to our members. But you should recognize that there are other factors that government also have to do. We still have to revise the VAT. We have to restructure the VAT, revise it, as the finance minister has said. And then also, there are other things that also may negate these gains, like the increment in the tariffs and all that. I think that one is not justified. The fact that they cited the exchange rate as a reason for the increment. Now the exchange rate has come down. The government have to do, as a matter of urgency, talk to PURC to adjust their prices so that it does not negate some of these gains. And so, for us, we think we have to show good faith to the consuming public, because whenever we are crying that exchange rate is high, taxes that we pay are high, we do this call with them. And that way, we don't have any choice, but morally we have to do this.
Right. So, how many members do you have, and how far will this go? Because did you sort of write to them? Did you hold a meeting and tell them? How do you hope that this communication will go down to the whole country?
Bernard, you know that this is not a price. We are not in a price control regime, and nobody can tell anybody to reduce or up its prices. All that we are doing is urging the members of the trading community. When it comes to Guta, you see, whether we have 78 to 80 trade associations under Guta. And so various associations are under Guta, and it's very wide. Some of them are necessarily not even registered with this, but whatever thing that we see, they also comply and all that. So it's a huge body, and then normally it has been accepted that we talk for traders, and so whatever thing we say go to the generality of the trading community.
By the way, give me a sense of what type of people are in Guta. What products are they selling? Is it just spare parts? Is it who are the people?
We have Ghana National Spare Parts Dealers Association. You see the Abusu Kai, the Swami Magazine, and all that. This is one unit of association under Guta. Guta is not individual membership. It's an association for various associations. It's a union for various associations. So we have Ghana Electrical Dealers Association. That's where I belong. I used to be the president of Ghana Electrical Dealers Association. We have Ghana Confectionery Dealers Association. We have the Second-Hand Clothing Dealers Association. We have Ghana Textile Dealers Association, confectioneries, haberdashery, so many sectors under those who sell electronics, the Musical Instrument Association, the Stationery Dealers Association. So they are all various associations that come out to form this union called Guta. Yeah.
This is very good that you've announced this. But as a businessman with experience, how long do you expect the current dollar, the city strengthening to last? I'm asking this for two reasons. You remember that when MPP took over in 2017, there was a period that the city also did well. And I think the then vice president even said that, he had arrested the dollar and put the key with the IGP. Of course, later events will show that it was not sustained. Based on what you know about currencies, it's been, I think, 2-3 months of some strengthening. How long do you expect this to continue?
You see, the fact that it's going down is very important. But the most important is how it can be sustained. If even it's at 13 and it's sustained for a longer period of time, that's how business thrives. But if it goes down and goes up and all that, that one, it does not ensure predictability. But then it all depends on government attitude, and then the fiscal discipline, what Bank of Ghana do, and all that, and then the control systems. This time we have the advantage. It has dropped, and that whatever fiscal disciplines that we have to adopt, monetary policies that we have to adopt to make sure that we're able to sustain this. But Ben, you are a journalist. Let me tell you, an economist will come to you or go to government and say that the fall of the dollar does not help export, does not do this. And so many confusing theories will come from some economists and all that, go and confuse government and all that, and you see that at a point they will want to devalue the strength of the city, because people think that it has to be done to enhance on export and all that, which is not true, because we have to be competitive. We are heading towards industrialization, and we do not have to overprice the output of our industries, because we are in competition with other countries and all that. And so it is very important that government know the essence of this reduction in the forest, to show to up its agenda on the 24-hour economy and all that. It is upon this basis that we are going to succeed. And that's why I'm also calling that other areas like other taxes and then the utility cost and all that should be looked at, so that the 24-hour economy should not be shot in the foot. This is a good beginning for the 24-hour economy, for which many people, traders, most of us want to migrate into manufacturing and all that. And so it is good indicator for now. Yeah.
Finally, you mentioned the VAT and the need to recalibrate. There was also a tax that the NDC promised to remove. I think it was a tax on salvage vehicles or something. There was a tax on imported cars of a certain age. And some of the vehicle people say that tax is not helping them at all, because not everybody can buy a new car. I don't know if Guta is interested in that discussion and what you think should be done.
Yeah, it is very important, because the spare parts dealers have been talking over this for quite a long time, because they thought they were doing this to make the new car assembling companies strive here in Ghana. But it was very negative, because it was not even helping us even to bring these salvage goods and then use our own ingenuity to assemble them. That's another learning platform for those people in that industry and all that. So that one too is very important. The president in his tour stressed that, emphasized that you will remove those taxes, and we are expecting that you redeem those promises to enhance on those activities at the spare parts.
Thank you, Dr. Joseph, for being president of Guta, urging his members, who is really a federation, because there are many associations under Guta, asking them to reduce prices. He's not recommending a specific price range, because we are not in a price control regime, but he's saying that the right thing to do is to reduce prices. Now, the tax I was referring to is the taxes and levies on vehicles and equipment imported into the country. And indeed, Mr. Muhammad promised that within his first 90 days, and obviously, he will review those taxes. He also promised to review the e-levy, which he has done. He's cancelled it. COVID levy is still there because it's part of the VAT, although some people think he could have removed it immediately. 10% levy on bet winnings has also been removed. Emissions levy as well being discussed. So it's 8:34 on the Citi Breakfast Show. Now, one of the things I need to cross is two things, actually. What is leading to the reduction in the dollar cost? Because exchange rate is really the price of the dollar, right? So I always say that everything has to do with the price of food, the price of currency. So the interest rate is the price of credit. Exchange rate is the price of dollar or pound or euro. What is leading to the recent surge? I'll speak to an economist about this. But then there's a story in the news center that's worrying me.
Yeah,
Elvis Dakus, what does he say?
He's saying that the cedi will resume its depreciation in late 2025.
Why?
And he's quoting S&P. The cedi is expected to revert to a part of depreciation from the second half of 2025, according to a new report by S&P Global Rating. It forecasts renewed currency pressure amidst persistent fiscal and structural weakness. Now, the report comes just months after the cedi posted a 9.6 appreciation against the US dollar between January and April this year, buoyed by record trade surpluses, rising remittances, and an influx of foreign exchange from gold exports. But S&P warns that these gains could be short-lived. So a managed float facing mounting pressures. S&P attributes the cedi's short-term stability to Ghana's managed float regime, under which the Bank of Ghana intermittently intervenes in the foreign exchange market to control volatility. While the central bank's interventions have helped shore up confidence and narrow exchange rate spreads, S&P cautions that underlying vulnerabilities remain unresolved. So, quote, the recent appreciation of the cedi is not likely to persist. We anticipate continued depreciation from the second half of 2025 as structural imbalances, inflationary persistence, and fiscal constraints reassert themselves. Now, at the core of Ghana's macroeconomic pressure is stubbornly high inflation. Although the pace of price increases has moderated from earlier peaks, inflation remains well above the Bank of Ghana's official target band of 6 to 10%, a trend S&P expects to persist until at least 2028. Now, elevated inflation has weakened consumer purchasing power and eroded business profitability. Meanwhile, the banking sector, though recapitalized in 2023 following the domestic debt restructuring, is showing signs of strain. Non-performing loans rose from 21.8% by the end of 2024, up from 20.6% in 2023, underscoring lingering credit risk in the system. Nevertheless, S&P believes the sector remains adequately stabilized. So there are sectors on debt service cost still being a major drag. Gold and remittances lift external buffers for now. Political and social uncertainties cloud reform prospects. Debt restructuring boosts ratings, but risks remain. Outlook stable but fragile. Growth remains resilient amidst constraints. So a bit of that. Despite its many challenges, Ghana's economy has shown surprising resilience. So our outlook is stable, but it remains fragile. Fragile. So S&P's stable outlook on Ghana's ratings reflect the delicate balance between improving external buffers and ongoing fiscal reforms on one hand, and elevated debt service cost, inflation, and untested fiscal institutions on the other.
Okay. So basically the point is that things are looking good, but there are some structural things that need to change if we are to sustain these gains. So you're saying that by last quarter of the year, the city can start depreciating again. So I think it's also good advice for us to do some things. Now, I need to say that the city is doing pretty well. Inflation is also at an 8-month low. So the 21.2% inflation in April is the lowest it's been since sometime in September. All right, non-food inflation came down to 17.9%, down from 18.7%. And then, of course, the currency has strengthened almost 16% against the dollar since the start of April. Is the world best performing currency according to data compiled by Bloomberg. Food inflation also reduced from 26.5 to 25%. Now, we don't know whether the central bank will lower the interest rate or not, because in the previous announcement, they sort of kept it at the same. In fact, they actually raised the rate by 100 basis points. So that's something we should keep an eye on. But Ghana's cedi is doing pretty well. Last Friday I was telling you that the other currencies had also strengthened against the US dollar.
True.
So I feel like it's not just. So there are two things. The Ghanaian cedi strengthening against the dollar. There are two drivers. There could be the fact that the US dollar itself, because of the tariffs that Trump has put on many countries, a lot of people are moving away from the dollar. So most major currencies are appreciating against the dollar. But the level of cedi appreciation is higher than the others. So there are obviously domestic factors.
Right.
So we have to be fair to the analysis. So the dollar itself has weakened, but there are other things we are doing
domestically
which have made our performance against the dollar much better than others are doing.
Right.
Which is what I'll probably speak to an economist to give us some highlights on. Some people believe that the budget that Atuforsen read was quite good in terms of its intentions to lower the deficit by cutting expenditure and raising revenue. So that's the first signal that usually the markets get when they want to give an outlook for your currency. All right. The fact that the IMF program is also going pretty well, and the government's comments around the IMF program suggest stability. So they look at your budget, they look at the IMF program, and of course there's a new government. So generally the market responds positively to that. And of course there's also the gold issue. The fact that our gold, because I think the major challenge with gold was that, and not just with gold, the major problem in Ghana is that we are not able to retain our foreign exchange earnings. So usually on paper, Ghana could have exported, for example, $10 billion worth of gold. But the reserves that we have from those sales, the proceeds will get like maybe 4. So the way the gold board has sort of tried to sanitize the system means that because they are now the sole sort of buyer and seller, the state is able to retain more dollars. So that also increases your ability to have FX. And the more FX you have, the lower the price of the dollar. Because if Sky is importing fuel and the BOG can give him the amount he needs to import the fuel, the demand for the dollar that raises the price
is low.
Is lower.
Are you talking about the gold board or the initiative that saw the Bank of Ghana buy gold?
So they are both.
Yeah, because I mean the gold board is a recent.
But that's also part. So there's a certain sanitization of the gold export. So on the small scale side, which the gold board does, there's part of that, and then also on the one that you made reference to as well. So there are two things happening. All right. So the gold for FX and then the gold for reserve, both working together. In addition to the factors I've raised, plus the fact that the tariffs that Donald Trump has put out, also making a lot of people decide that look, we don't even think the US dollar should be the only currency we should be demanding. So all of those. Let me speak to people who know a lot more about this. Professor William Babwatin, to give you some quick insights on what is happening with the currency and the calls by Guta. So I'll start with the Guta one, because I think I heard Prof. Babwatin say last week that he doesn't understand why when the cedi depreciates, traders are quick to raise prices. Yeah. But when the cedi appreciates, traders don't want to do the needful. I think Dr. Joseph Obin listened to him, because today he's now telling us that he's written to his members to reduce prices. Whether that will work or not, we don't know. But let me start from there. Prof, thanks for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning, Ben, and thanks for calling me. And good morning to your colleagues.
Wonderful. So last week I heard you say somewhere that you don't understand why when the cedi appreciates, traders don't do the needful. I think that Joseph Obin was listening to you, because he put out a statement over the weekend urging his members to lower their prices to reflect the recent strengthening of the US dollar. How effective that will be, we don't know. But I just wanted you to start from there. Why did you call out traders last week for not doing the needful when the cedi appreciates?
Well, Ben, I understand that when the cedi appreciates, importers will not reduce their price. That's what I understand, because you and I know that in economics, prices are flexible upwards and sticky downwards. So it's something that I know. But my concern was that because of some of these elements, as a country, we have to strive for stability, but not strive for appreciation or depreciation. And interestingly, when I monitored the media last week, everybody was talking about, the exchange rate, we have stability, when indeed it was appreciation. And there's a difference between stability, appreciation, and depreciation. So if importers takes a bit of time before they decide to reduce their prices. I don't have any problem with it, because if I were an importer, I would have done the same, because I'm a profit maximizer. And in an economy, everybody wants to get his pound of flesh. So as managers of the economy, what you do is that you try as much as possible to ensure stability. You work within a very small band so that everybody in the economy will be able to plan. Because whenever there is a shock, whether positive or negative, you will not be able to come to the original position. By all means, there will be some kind of gap. And therefore, that issue is what, as a country, we need to open discussions on.
So now that we have first thing, will you say what has happened to the cedi between January and now is a sustained enough appreciation to merit any form of reaction from the importers?
Well, looking at how the cedi is behaving, I think it's over about 2 weeks, moving from 15 to 13. We have to watch. And I am thinking around it, what might have caused this instant appreciation. And when you have the currency behaving that way, we have to be very, very cautious. I was listening to you. You were talking about new government coming in. You were talking about government effort in managing expenditure. And I keep saying that as an economist, I will not say cut expenditure. I rather say manage your expenditure. And I think from where I sit and observing, I think government is doing the needful by managing, as it were, the expenditure. Because if money gets into the hands of people not based on real value of it, you will have a problem. And I cannot also discount the gold bond issue, which is coming up. It's also a very big factor. And in all these, you cannot also discount the external factor. You know what President Trump is doing, the uncertainty in the global trade, and some countries moving from dollar to gold, and that has also pushed the dollar, the price of gold up, and so all these things, when you sum up, by all means, we will have some kind of benefit. Of course, I know people have also been talking about the fact that you cannot bring in the external, because why is it that we are appreciating, but Nigeria is depreciating? I mean, when you run regression and you look at all this, perhaps Nigeria is not doing something right, and therefore even the global trade issue, they will not even get the benefit. So you have to aggregate all these to be able to get it. And I am happy if we are able to stabilize our currency. So all these things are part of it. But my concern a bit is the appreciation is very sharp. And when the appreciation is sharp, you get a bit worried because you don't know what is down there. And we have to be cautious.
So maybe that all the things you've said have worked together at the same time, which is why the appreciation is sharp. But I get your point that stability is possibly better than a sharp depreciation or appreciation, because if the appreciation is sharp, if the factors don't remain the same, then it can also sort of reverse. So economic management requires more stability for predictability than... But of course, we are happy with appreciation because being an import-dependent economy is supposed to help also drive down inflation. So just your quick thoughts on those.
Yes, I think from that perspective, you may think that we are happy. But behind the happiness is a storm. Now, when you have appreciation and people are, it encourages imports. And let me put that way, as the SSS textbooks normally say, appreciation encourages imports and discourages export. You have to look at it in totality. When it appreciates like this, and even it reflects on domestic price, remember that on the other side of the market, there's a problem. Export is going to have a problem. because now exporters are going to get a fewer amount of money in cedis when they export. So when exporters realize that, well, it appears to us that we are not benefiting, you may find some exporters moving away from export and going into import. Secondly, domestic production may also have a problem, because when you have more imports to come and compete with domestic market, remember that prices locally, inputs locally the prices may not have gone down. So domestic producers may be producing at a relatively higher price compared to what is coming from outside. So what is coming from outside will then come and, as it were, compete with the domestic market. And when that happens, domestic market is going to go down, and your C plus I plus G plus net export, which is X minus M, will then undermine our economic growth. So in totality, as time goes on, the dynamics will be that it will be counterproductive and it will reverse. And when it reverses, it becomes very difficult to now build your domestic production and build your exports to be able to counter the subsequent depreciation. And that is why the stability is where to go. Because in exchange rate market, we shouldn't analyze this from the static perspective that, oh, it is appreciating. So the partial market for imports, fine, inflation is coming down. Everybody is happy. But in analyzing this, we have to look at the entirety of the economy and see whatever is happening on the export side, whatever is happening on the other side. Last week, I even made mention of the fact that even our cocoa board, they also have to readjust some of their terms, because they've already given farmers how much they are going to pay them. Now, if it continues to appreciate, it means that cocoa board is going to get less in terms of cedis. And the gap between what they are paying farmers and what they have to be able to do their own thing will go down, and cocoa boards may have a problem in terms of losses. So we should not always jubilate when there is appreciation. And of course, when there is depreciation, you see exporters will also be jubilating. Those who are bringing remittances are happy. But now, those who are bringing remittances are also not happy, because when they bring their remittances and they change it into cedis, they don't get the same amount of money that they wanted. And even from that angle, it's also going to drain remittances. Because if I have a project in Ghana and I'm living in the US, and I bring $1 and it is 15 cedis out its way, and it can buy one bag of cement, and then it comes down to 13 or 12, and I bring the same $1 and it gives me 12 cedis, but the price of cement has not changed to 12 cedis. It means that I have to work hard and add to the $1 before I can buy what I used to buy. So what will I do? I will decide to suspend my project. So it could also have effect on remittances coming in. So when you work out the dynamics, it will not be good for the economy. So I would suggest that managers of the economy, if we have enough and it's appreciating, as they intervene when we have depreciation, you have to have a way to make sure that it stays around a certain band so that it doesn't shake the entire structure.
So if I hear you, let's have a long-term view, and also let's not be static. Let's look at it from a dynamic perspective. So in terms of that, what would you advise economic managers do to sustain, if not the appreciation, obviously to ensure that we don't go back to levels of depreciation we saw in 2022? Because as you said, the goal is stability. What do you think? So two things. Which government agency do you think has the lead role in currency stabilization? Is it the finance ministry? Is it the BOG? Or who? Which government agency do you think primarily should do things to help the currency be stable?
Well, I think BOG leads. So the Bank of Ghana is the one, because they are mandated to look at the monetary policy and exchange rate policy. So they lead. But of course, the fiscal is very, very, very important. So my suggestion would be that if indeed what government is doing, trying to manage expenditure, is what is contributing to it, as that is one of the factors. And indeed, the gold and everything that we are buying is one of them. Then government can then sit down and say, okay, now I have been able to manage it. It's like aeroplane taking off, and when it gets to the cruising level, now I can think. Can I begin to think about whether to begin to pay some of my bills that I have held up, if indeed I've held some of them up? Will I be able to think about the debt exchange, those that I haven't paid them? Can I now decide, because I have enough? If I have enough, then I can decide to see whether I can pay them. So you do some of them. So now you are moving into an area where you'll be able to reduce a bit the sharp appreciation so that you can stay within a particular band. So it is very important that we look at it that way. If that is where we are getting the gains from, then we can gradually decide to minimize the appreciation so that it doesn't trigger the other side of the economy for us to have problems subsequently.
We'll leave it here. Thank you very much, Professor William Babwatin, as ever, for your insights. Thank you. He's the head of Department of Economics, University of Ghana, and he's giving us some insights there. So while we can rejoice over the appreciation, long-term stability should be the goal.
Yeah.
Because that helps with predictability, and also with most policies, there are always new winners and losers. So when the currency appreciates too quickly too, exporters may suffer as well. But so I tend to agree that we need to have a long-term view. But I think it's refreshing, because for me, because we are an import-driven economy, and because inflation is possibly the biggest one we faced in the past 2 years, to see inflation trending downwards and the cost of the dollar also trending downwards is positive. How to sustain that, or to prevent the spikes? Because I think the problem in 2022 was the quickness. I remember you were in my house around September 2022. Within a week,
changes.
The cost of the dollar jumped from 7 to 8 to 9 to 10. I mean, by December, it was so crazy, you know. So in a sense, if you have the appreciation also too sudden, it may not really help. So what you want is to have
this guy.
No. That's what he's saying, and I agree with him.
Look, the point. I understand all the.
No, Sky, you have to be nuanced though, because you see, if you just say let the currency appreciate, we are happy it's appreciating, and we hope it's sustained. But you see, stability is more important than anything else.
Yes, stability. I think we can achieve the two at the same time. You know.
No, we are not criticizing what's happening. We are just cautioning that you need to have it. So you need to sustain it.
Yes, we agree. But the idea of, Professor, I respect his views. My good friend, I love him. He's done great things.
You are talking as a consumer now.
Yes, of course. But this
as a mortgage payer.
I get it. The thing should calm down.
So for those of you who pay
mortgage and Charlie, it's not easy.
It's good now.
Yeah, because by now, ideally, these things, some of them should have been paid off. Something that you were using, say, a few Ghana cedis to pay. Now you have to mobilize a lot of money to be able to pay. And it's not easy. So I understand professors, intellectual approach, but the practical sense. Look, we want these things to calm down so that we can pay the thing and feel free. Because Charlie, it's not easy like that. It's not easy. Charlie, it's not easy.
So you don't want you want the because it's the thing with phenomena is that you see generally when something happens too quickly, it's not sustainable. Which is why we look at what we call time series.
Yes.
Look at trends.
I agree.
Trends are a more powerful tool for prediction than the current situation. Which is why when you're analyzing anything, you need to look at a long-term view for investment as well. So what we are saying is that, and the other thing is that because this strengthening of the cedi is multi-factors, there's what is happening to the dollar and what we are doing.
Yeah.
If we continue doing what we are doing, I think it will help us. Yeah. We don't know if Trump's policies, how long it will last, because Trump, we are not really sure how he thinks. And I think some of that is also affecting the dollar itself. A lot of people in the market, because markets work with predictability. So when an analyst wants to invest, he says, okay, how will the U.S. government behave for the next 6 months? Nobody really knows what Trump will do in terms of the way he changes his mind. So it's affecting his currency. All right. And we are doing other things, and this is what Trump is doing, which is why even though the dollar is falling against all major trade partners, some African countries are not benefiting that much. So I'm saying that I agree with Bamboa saying that we should do what we are doing and do it sustainably, because Trump may change his mind, and that can reduce the rate of appreciation of our city.
Well, I agree to a large extent with some of the things you said, except to say that, look, I mean, you listen to other economists express views on what Trump is doing, and they tell you that there's a method to that madness, and I'm using the phrase advisedly. People assume that he's being erratic, but there are people who have deconstructed his approach, and they seem to think that it is good for the U.S. economy.
Okay.
You know, I am not going to go into that debate. What we have to do is to ensure that we are making the cost of living much, more affordable for the Ghanaian, consumer.
Yeah.
We go out to bring things into the country, and we know how painful it is to pay through our noses to get the things into the country. The cost of living is really high. People tell you that, they are matching their rent to the rate of the dollar, and people are struggling. Those of us who have gone in for loans in order to be able to put up a few places to live, the cost of paying back is biting. So what I will want,
you are happy.
Yes,
the dollar should fall more.
If it will fall to even $1 to $1, it's better, because we can then be able to breathe small. It's not easy.
Yeah.
You get your small,
It's true.
and everything
is dollar denominated in Ghana now. Yeah. So school fees. So imagine somebody's paying school fees in USD. This would be a good time to pay in advance, because he was going to pay 16. Let's assume he's paying $1,000. Times 16, but now it's 13, so it's saved 3,000 cedis.
3,000 Ghana cedis.
So let's talk to Apia Adomakukusi of CATS International. Two angles from him. His reaction to what Guta has done. I think Guta's view is a bit unprecedented. I've never seen Guta ask members to lower prices, so it's unprecedented. And Apia and his team have been working on consumer protection, and they've actually done some reports on this. So he's been talking about this for a while, so I guess you'll be happy with this. But there are other issues around whether PURC is using the lower dollar rate, because your tariff, don't forget, tariff rates increase in May.
Yeah.
And they use the dollar as part of the calculation formula. And the CD has been strengthened against the dollar for the past 1 month.
Yeah.
So is the PURC being tone deaf to what is happening? We'll deal with some of that. But Pia, thanks for joining the program. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard, and your listeners.
Let's start from the positive. The strengthening of the cedi against the dollar is great, and I suspect that you are happy with Guta for the announcement they've made, because I haven't heard Guta ask members to lower prices in my life. I don't know if you've heard them do that before. So obviously what Dr. Obi and his people are doing is a positive step, isn't it?
Yes, it's a positive step in which we need to amplify the message across the country, so that all traders and businesses those who are not even member of Guta will also comply with such welcoming news.
Do you think it will work though? Because in Ghana, prices never come down, they go up.
It may work or it may not work. But one way that statistical service can also do is that they can also start taking monitoring prices from FOB, from the port, and then add all taxes and then margin on it, and then start publishing recommended prices of goods and services that people normally consume. Those items that fall in our consumption basket that are used to calculate inflation. So once people see the gap between what the statistical service is listing and what is in the market, that would even put more information before the cost consumers, because currently it is more or less like information asymmetry. The businessmen know more about the prices and the price build-up than the consumer. So when you go to the market and let's say they say that this bottle water is, let's say, 10 cedis, the consumer will have to buy it or go to somewhere which may be 9 cedis. However, if statistical service says that after adding your profit and all your margins to it, a bottle of water should not cost above 6 to 50 pesos, that information would also cause the businesses to start, coming closer to what the Statistical Service has published. So in this period, we need to see the work of Ghana Statistical Service in terms of price monitoring and price publication.
Now, government agencies like Customs and PURC have come under criticism. Let me start with Customs. A gentleman just sent me his, I don't know what they call that thing. Scott, what's the name of this document? That thing that has your, I don't know if it's a way bill or whatever. He's imported something and Customs are calculating his duty. He has a name. He says, Bernard, Customs are using a dollar rate of 13.9, although the BOG rate as of last week was 13.4. So it seems as if even state agencies have been overtaken by the rate of depreciation of the dollar against the cedi, and therefore they are slower to give the benefit to importers. So this importer is being asked to pay a tariff calculated using 13.9 cedis to the dollar, whereas as of the whole of last week it had come down to even 13.4. The bill of lading. Should Customs not be called out for this? Because if the BOG is giving 13.4, why are you letting people use 13.9? Therefore they pay more.
I think it's very wrong on the part of Customs to charge rates that's higher than what BOG is has announced. And also, I think there is a redress mechanism. If you are a victim of this excessive charging by Customs, there is a procedure that the Tax Administration Court where you can appeal. And once you appeal, they should be able to refund your money to you. Unfortunately, GRA and our tax authorities do not tell consumers what are their rights in terms of when you have a problem. For example, if you import a goods into the country and the goods is over assessed, in order not for you to pay more demurrages, you pay the money, or I think you are supposed to present a banker's draft. And once the case is adjudicated at the tax arbitration, and it is found out that Customs overcharge you, you will get your refund. I think that we need Ghana Revenue Authority to tell consumers their rights when it comes to some of these discrepancies.
All right. What about the PURC? Because again, they, I think, use a certain 3-month period because they calculate the tariff for electricity and water with the exchange rate being factored into the calculation. Now, the cedi has been strengthening against the dollar since April 12, sometime in April. They proposed an increase in our tariffs, which was to take effect from 3rd May. But the current rate of the dollar means that the dollar rate they use is not fair to us. Do you not think the PRC should recalculate its tariff on the basis of the new exchange rate we are seeing?
Yes, I think that PRC even have to stop the second quarter tariff adjustment because all the variables, they use inflation rate of about 22.9. Now inflation is almost 21%. The USD rate that they use was 17. Now it is 13.2. Even the gas, the average weighted price of a gas that PURC used was 7.6. Now at the world market has come to 6.3. And also we've seen that the crude oil is also coming down. When all of these factors are trending down, it makes no sense for PURC to maintain this tariff adjustment. I think businesses and civil society like CAT must come in, and also the media must also urge the PURCs to postpone its tariff increment, at least for the for this quarter, and then once in the next quarter, if the variables go counter, then they may decide to recalculate and come up with the new tariff, because this is going to allow for over recovery. And once over recovery, consumers don't get anything in terms of what they are paid for. Meanwhile, anytime there's under recovery, they will ask us to pay for the under recovery, and all the levies will be charged against consumers. I think that we expect PRC to do what is needful in this positive time for Ghanaian consumers.
But beyond calling on customs, PURC, do you suppose there should be a change in the law? For example, I know that at the port they change the customs rate every Tuesday. Okay. Yes. Do you think it is fair to say, look, since the dollar is so expensive in our imports, maybe there should be a more regular change when it appreciates, so that the consumer benefits, and there should be a less regular change when it depreciates? Do you understand me? Because if you want the consumer to benefit, when the dollar rate is falling, then they should change it more regularly. Because if I'm importing a car, and as of last week it was 13.9, and this week is 13.4, I mean, I could save a bit of money, right? Whereas if the Citi is depreciating, then that one they can delay because that one it will not benefit me. Would it be fair for us to move for such a law to get the customs people to do that?
Yes, I think that is the best with regards to a country that is more sensitive to the value of the dollar, because we do import more, and to be able to also ensure that there's a price stability in the market and inflation is also maintained, I think that customs should be quick to pass on the Citi appreciation against the dollar. However, anytime the prices of the Citi is depreciating on a regular basis, it is fair and reasonable for customs to use even a 2-week window, so that it can also help stabilize things and not push pressure on Ghanaian consumers. And I think that this is a very good recommendation that will also push it through Ministry of Finance during their mid-term media budget review this year.
Just finally, how is the fight for more consumer rights going? I know you've done a lot. You've come up with a report on about 12 sectors or so. You are looking for money to do more. I don't get the sense that Ghanaians, beyond complaining, are actually supporting this fight for consumer protection. Meanwhile, if you listen to my show, almost every day, somebody's complaining, whether it's about ECG, Ghana Water, road things. There's all kinds of dissatisfaction with quality of service from both public and private sector agents. But beyond sending text messages to radio stations, I don't really see lawsuits. I don't see people donating or contributing to the legal work that people like you do. I'm not even sure people will protest over poor customer service from state agencies, right? So what is the missing link here? Because in some countries, people take the kind of thing you talk about very seriously. But I feel like in Ghana, we've accepted it to be normal. And therefore, whether we are mistreated at the ports, at the borders, at the DVLA, by Ghana Water, we just take it like that. What do you think is happening?
Yes, I think for many years, Ghanaians have been subjected to this unfair business conduct. And so for Ghanaians, we've not seen the alternative. And so people are taking this conduct to be the normal. And so people will not even complain about it. About a month ago, MultiChoice came up with a tariff adjustment that giving Ghanaians just 1 week. We protested, but yet MultiChoice went ahead and then increased the tariff. 2 weeks ago or so, Telesur gave Ghanaian broadband users just 48 hours with regards to tariff adjustment. CAT protested and then they backed down. Just last Thursday, Telesur has come back to give Ghanaian 3-week notice concerning when their new tariff adjustment is going to talk. There's a saying that one kasa utri. I think Ghanaians need to be very outspoken. And Michael Jackson has this song that don't stop till you get enough. And I think Ghanaians, wherever you go and unfair conduct, business are not trying to do what is right. You as a consumer, you have every right to demand what is right and even back out from the services or the goods that you are buying until we start letting businesses know that we control the power of the purse. And so if you are not meeting up the standards, of course, we will withdraw, we will not buy your goods and your services. And once business start to feel this heat, I'm sure that they will start to do what is right. But in the long run, we need a consumer protection law to protect consumers, because there's a lot that is going on in the country that is not fair against consumers. And I hope that President John Dramani Mahama, as they plan in the manifesto and also the 2025 budget, that they are going to work on the consumer protection and the competition law this year. We hope that government will keep to the words and then get these two laws in place to protect consumers against unfair business practices.
Thank you, Api Adomakukusi, who's the head of CAT West Africa Consumer Protection Institution. It's 16 minutes past 9. I have many comments on this. I'll come back after the break and read it. Two points of correction before I take the break. So I'm informed that the customs review the rate every Tuesday. So they haven't done anything wrong until tomorrow. So today's Monday. So they will review the dollar rate for the duty tomorrow to reflect what happened this week. So so that's number one. Number two, I said initially that I'd never heard Guta ask for price reduction.
2008.
A listener, one friend of mine, a research scientist, said, Bernard, Guta has asked for reduction in previous years. I checked with ChatGPT, and they said yes, Guta has on multiple occasions urged its members to reduce prices of goods and services in response to favorable economic conditions, such as the appreciation of the Ghanaian cedi against the dollar. So it is wrong for me to say this. They actually said in December 2022, Guta's Vice President Clement Boateng appealed to traders to adjust their prices downwards to reflect the cedi stabilization against major currencies. So that's correct. Maybe they've done this in interviews, but I had never seen a full statement. So maybe, but I stand corrected. I stand corrected on this. So thank you. This is not the first time Guta is asking for price reduction. So point well noted, correction made. When we come back, we have your reactions to the issues on hand. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Ever wondered why the finest treasures of Africa feel like hidden secrets? The craftsmanship, the passion, the untold stories. Well, Ghana, the wait is over. Afro quality is here. Afro quality is your destination for the finest collection of African products. From beautifully crafted, ready-to-wear clothes, organic skincare products, bags, shoes, and fashion accessories. All made in Africa and curated from Ghana to Kenya, Rwanda to South Sudan, South Africa to Nigeria, and all over the continent. Every item is made for those who value the best. Find us in East Legon on the American House Road on top of Say Cheers. Visit at afroquality.com on Instagram or TikTok or 053-33-92345. Afroquality, because you deserve the finest.
Hello, boss. I just drove out of your premises. I've called you several times. Boss, I beg.
I gave you an opportunity to present your proposal with your financial statements. You didn't. If we approve and request for an invoice, that will take you another month, eh? You couldn't even provide receipts from the last job. My brother, we have given the contract to someone else who promptly furnished us with what we needed. Get serious.
Yehoah.
Don't be caught in this mess ever again. Restart with Build. Build provides businesses with a comprehensive accounting software with features that make your bookkeeping, accounting, tax, and payroll functions seamless. Our support team is always available to assist and respond to all your inquiries. Log on to www.build.africa and sign up. Call 030-80-4007 or 0303-974-832 for more information. Build. Bookkeeping made simple. Results made extraordinary.
Calling all farmers, agribusinesses, and innovators, this is your chance to shine. Channel One TV invites you to exhibit at AgriFair 2025, one of Ghana's largest agriculture exhibitions. From Friday 20th to Sunday the 22nd of June, the A4 Sutherland Children's Park in Accra will come alive with the very best from Ghana's agribusiness sector. Are you a farmer with fresh produce of any kind? Be it crops, livestock or poultry, fisheries or aquaculture, or you're a supplier?
of agro inputs and processing machinery? This is your platform to connect with the world. AgriFair 2025 is more than an exhibition. Showcase your fresh produce, share your expertise and experience, and grow your business. So, to all farmers with fresh produce, livestock or poultry, fisheries or aquaculture products, come, sell, network, and expand your business. AgriFair 2025, where culture meets innovation. Register now to secure your spot. Call us on 0205 973 973. AgriFair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by Exim Bank and Legacy Crop Improvement Center.
Unbelievable is yours to own with DSTV. Get unbelievable local entertainment with Shakai Lemba, Nigerian Idol, and Big Brother Niger.
Some forgettable nights.
Catch unbelievable sporting moments from the Premier League, La Liga, F1, and more.
Absolutely sensational.
Laugh along with unbelievable kids' edutainment like Paw Patrol. And experience unbelievable international shows like Law & Order and Lioness Special Ops.
Let's go!
Download the My DSTV app today and own the unbelievable.
Dear home, no interest for 2 years. Are you ready to step into your dream home? With Lakeside Estate's exclusive offer, you can own your own home in just 2 years with no interest payment. This offers you affordable payments, flexible home purchase plan, quality homes, and lifestyle change. Choose from a variety of beautiful homes in any of Lakeside Hills clusters. Your future awaits you. Imagine living in a home you love with the freedom to invest in your dreams without the burden of interest. As your CIMG Real Estate Company of the Year for the 4th time, we offer you hassle-free home acquisition. Call us today on 020-477-5043 or 020-477-5042. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Call us now to learn more and schedule a tour for our available homes. T&C supplied. Make your dream a reality. Lakeside Estate. Quality homes for all.
Hey, so what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Wujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It's a very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement, unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody getting on. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrade, and Buipe, or call 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
It is
Richard, I'm trying to even text, it's not coming through. I'll give you a very typical example. What's happening now? See, it's a real estate developer. Just about 3 weeks ago, I changed $20,000 and I got about 310. Okay, or 315, there are about 1,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, on Friday, mind you, a ton of iron rods is 9,000, and anyway, and cement is about 125 cedis. Anyway, now this Friday I changed $20,000 dollars, and I got 257,000 Ghana cedis. I've lost over 50,000, and that could buy about half truckload, about 500 bags, okay, of cement, and about more than 5 tons of iron. That's totally gone, free, gone. And as a result, I had to cut down labor 50%, and it's very tragic. I think it's something that, unless you actually work in industry, it's very horrific. And it's just today, it's just going down. I think all we want is not just sustainability, but stability. Just leave wherever it is. Just leave it there. Because I tell you what, it's very horrific.
It's you I'm talking to. Well, you I'm talking to now. Why do you look so sad and forsaken?
Bernard, good morning. As I support Richard. Then at this one, there it should come down, single digit. It should just flow downward. Some of us, you have school fees to pay. Sure, it should come down. So it should flow down. It will also help the government. It's not necessary. Yes, we know that exporters will have a difficulty, but the fact of the matter is, if it come down, government debt also will come down. That can also come and stabilize it in future. Then the exporters can also leverage on it. What will happen? Their input into what they are exporting will also come down. At least, then we'll all be at the level playing field. Thank you.
Why do you look so sad and forsaken? When one door is closed, don't you know?
9:29, lots of reactions. So you can tell from the two voice clips that there are different strokes for different folks. So whilst exporters are not happy with the sudden strengthening of the cedi, importers are happy, and those who pay for things which are dollar denominated are excited. So mortgage people and people who pay school fees in USD are very happy with the appreciation of the cedi. Sky, there are some comments I wanted you to just help me read.
Yep. So this one says, good morning, Bernard. Please,
good morning.
Not be giving much attention to S&P, Charlie. And most rating foreign players. They do nothing in the interest of developing countries like ours. They bring out all these statements to create panic and speculation, which do not help us. Please, let's do something about that. This one from Francis, who is listening to us in Ashaiman. This one from Eric in Dansoman says, Ben, the country has had balance of trade surplus for some years now. So we may have to check the import-driven economy mantra.
The reason the balance of trade has been positive, but we haven't benefited, is that it is not, we have not able to retain our export proceeds.
Okay.
This is what I'm explaining. So see, let me give you an example. 2023 or so, it was said that we had exported a certain amount of gold in value, maybe like 10 billion. The BOG had like 1/5 of that, because a lot of the companies. So that's why, you see,
the foreign ownership stuff.
That's part of it. The lack of retention. So I understand why they set up this gold board thing to deal with the small scale side. But the truth is that having a trade surplus on paper will not help you if you are not able to retain the FX proceeds to shore up your currency.
Was that
so that is the issue that has to be addressed, which is what we are seeing with some of this.
Yeah, you know, at a certain point when they were trying to amend the mining laws and then also related agreements, I think that conversation came up strongly as to whether we should compel them to retain, portion, a sizable portion of their earnings locally, so that they reinvest here, as opposed to this idea of sending it out and then using it to pay their.
And even if you are sending it out, you need to stagger it, because I'll give you an example. Usually in March, when the financial year ends for a lot of the companies and they have dividends, they pay off their shareholders in dollars, and it affects. So let's assume there are 10 foreign banks in Ghana and a few large mining companies, and they all, of course, they do business in cities.
Yeah.
And then when they finish the financial year, they convert their earnings into USD, putting pressure on the city. And by the time they repatriate all of their money,
City is in trouble.
Yeah, so there has to be a way in which you can even ask them to stagger those payments in order not to be inimical. Because for me, the strength of a currency is the greatest proxy for an economy's strength globally. So let me put it, the value of your currency is the most reliable proxy of how your economy is valued globally. So a weak currency doesn't benefit anybody, even though I know that exporters can benefit. We are not fully export driven.
Yeah.
We are still an import-led economy. So we have to balance this thing around, the cedi falling is not good. I prefer stability, but I feel the currency fell too rapidly in 2022. So if it's appreciating, if you can sustain the appreciation, maybe 12, let it get to 12 and stay there for a while, or even 10.
Bernard, the thing should come, if it comes to 117.
No, it's not. I mean,
Bernard, Charlie, the thing we can't breathe in this country.
No, but the 16 was high. But if you think about,
let it come down.
9-10 is okay.
Joe, calm down.
Let's read. But at what point are the traders going to effect what Guta is telling them? It's
an advice. So it's not. Yeah. It's an advice, because his point is that some of them have old stock and things, so he can only advise them.
Okay, let's take more comments. Hello, Bernard. I support Richard on this one. Please, the same way it depreciated from 6 to 16 and stabilized there, it should equally appreciate back to 4 or 5 and stabilize there too. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. This one says, hello team. I agree with the economist that to have inflation stable, it should be an all-round affair. But with remittances, I think it should be a sign for our brothers outside that our country is getting better to stay in, so they should return home and help us build our country. It's coming in from Michael in Hohwe. This one says, Bernard and team, the dollars should continue to come down. Period. Thank you. Kofi Mensah in Teshinungwa says, Bernard, the document the person sent to you is called the Bill of lading.
Yes, bill of lading.
Yeah, it goes on to talk about other things. And he says that customs, they always give a dollar rate covering a 1-week period. The rate is updated in the system every Tuesday. So even if the rate changes upward or downward, it remains the same until the next Tuesday. It's mostly lower than even what the Bank of Ghana gives us. That one is from Kofi Mensah in Teshin. Yeah. This one says, good morning, Bernard.
Morning.
Custom, they continue to... custom duties and taxes use the BOG rate, which is updated. Okay, it's the same. Essentially, the same thing. Let me go to something else. This was a good morning, Bernard.
Morning.
I can confirm that the GRA is using 13.9, and it's crazy. This is a Honda CRV 2021 model duty alone. I'm yet to receive Gapoha and the agent fee. It's from Kobe. Basically, I think he sent a photograph of the vehicle.
Yes. So his point is that they need to lower the thing to reflect current.
Together with the tax.
Yeah, but what you read earlier was a response that they do it on Tuesdays.
Yeah. This was a good morning, Bernard Lee. It's coming in from Kojo, who says, I believe price stability is what most businesses are observing before they decide on a price reduction. Secondly, the notion that prices don't reduce in Ghana can't be true. Supply and demand always win. Do you remember when a gallon of oil was selling for over 1,000 Ghana cedis a few years ago? Eventually, a little stability and demand and supply brought the price down drastically. And this one says, good morning, Citi. Please, unless government introduce price check, the prices would not go down. But you remember that there was a time, I think towards the the dying days of the Kufuor administration. It must have been in 2007, 6, or maybe 8, thereabout, when we had a global problem. The economic downturn, which led to almost a collapse of our CD and all kinds of things happened. And then when government intervened with some measures to cushion consumers, with some incentives, there was an expectation that in the markets, people will reduce prices. But people didn't. So although government had intervened with some incentives to get, people in the market, women and people who import into the country to reduce prices so that we can feel it in our pockets. People didn't. And it became, arguments here and there. And the question was whether the policy was even properly targeted. Yes, some people do something about their prices. But for some reason, economists normally say, is it prices are sticky upwards or downwards? I've forgotten.
They are sticky downwards.
Downwards, yeah. So when it is going up, they're happy to increase whatever and raking the profits. But once they tell you that, reduce, they don't want to reduce it. They argue all kinds of things. I think it is just fair that because you go back to Turkey tomorrow with a smaller amount of CD to buy, the dollar in order to get things back into the country, it is just fair. Fair to the people you sell to, that you reduce the prices. It cannot be right that you keep saying that, you are not sure, you don't know what will happen tomorrow. Look, you took advantage of the situation and you made enough money for yourself and your family. And you have reinvested in your business. Good, all good for you and for us as a country. But the reality is that people are suffering. So once the relief is coming, if it is through government policy, we celebrate BOG's intervention, Gold Board, the things they are doing, and the government's own approach to dealing with the problem. Let us feel the impact of the relief. You stop hoarding the money and say, it is just unfair. I do know that a number of the companies in the furniture space, they are moving in that direction. So what you would have seen for 40,000 Ghana cedis previously, furniture for your room or whatever it is, this time if you go there, they're telling you it's around 30,000. In some cases, people are bringing down to 20,000.
Oh, it's coming down.
Oh yeah, I mean, you see if you go to the major importers into the country, there's some positive movement in that area.
Nice.
Yes, which is great. Nice. It should happen. But our people who are in the markets and who are importing rice and doing all these things, for some reason they don't want to reduce. It cannot be fair. Because we are all paying the same fees.
I lost money for the car I imported.
In principle.
Because I paid my tariff was calculated on 15.9.
Oh wow.
And at the time they said, they didn't know the currency. I mean, they thought I should pay early so that the currency would not. So I wasn't diligent. If I had looked at the trend, I would probably have said, let me wait small.
Well,
so now I have lost almost imagine 15 to 13. So 2 cedis times the amount I paid. But once the government to benefit and use it for something better for now.
Well, better than
it's just one vehicle I imported. So if I was like a large scale importer of many things, then so it's an FX loss for me.
Yeah,
an FX loss for me.
But the reality too is that, again, that's where you buy into the predictability argument. That if he had watched and there's some method to this whole thing, then he would have said, okay, let me wait, hedge my bet, right? But the reality too is that you don't know what will happen tomorrow. And if things go haywire again, then you will now be regretting that you did not pay.
True.
So whichever way you look at it, sometimes it goes for you, sometimes it doesn't go for you. That's the whole essence of the economic space.
But the PRC points that Mr. Adumako made, on their side too, when can we see anything?
But to be fair to PRC, I think that using 3 months average is a better way. Do you know why?
Right.
If PRC were to say, well, the dollar between April and May has reduced by, say, 2 cedis to $1, and therefore they are going to review their price.
Right.
There are periods where the cedi depreciates quite rapidly. That would mean that PRC will have to be applying more frequent tariff adjustments upwards, which we all don't like. So I think that we should also be fair.
Right.
The reason they use the 3 months is to avoid volatility. So if the utility will benefit from the FX windfall for the first time in many years, let them do so. Because for a long time, one of the reasons why in fact, one of the problems with our utilities is that they buy inputs in dollars and they sell their power in cedis, and those losses affect the profitability. So when you talk about ECG's losses and some it's not all that is they are doing.
Okay.
Do you understand? Because you are let's assume I'm ECG and I'm buying power from maybe a power generator and I'm paying them maybe, for sake of argument, 10 cents per kilowatt hour. That has been locked in for a year. Then the CD depreciates so much. So then maybe my tariff is 2 CDs per kilowatt hour in Ghana equivalent. And I'm charging that for 3 months. Then the CD starts depreciating. So that 10 cents I'm supposed to pay to my guy. So some of ECG and VRS losses are not because they are not good. It's just because they. So I think Babatin's point about stability is a very powerful point. Appreciation rapidly or depreciation rapidly eventually may not be the best. I think that a long-term appreciation is better, so that we are strengthening, but it's consistent over, say, like a year. I'm talking long-term, because if PRC were to say today that they are going to reverse the tariff adjustment upwards because in the last 1 month CD has appreciated by 60% against the dollar, then you have to also say that if the CD depreciates, they should also change the tariff quickly. But you will not agree, because you see, in the same way that prices are sticking downwards, Ghanaian consumers are very they are not happy with tariff adjustments upwards. In fact, one of the reasons our utilities struggle is this way government always tries to subsidize. Right. All right.
So that's another matter.
No, it's all together. So you can't eat your cake and have it. So if you say they should reduce the tariff this week because of this, be prepared to say the same when the currency depreciates and they say that every week we will increase the tariff. Will you agree?
You see, Bernard, we had this argument when it came to the petroleum sector. The argument was the dollar was affecting what we pay, blah, blah, blah. Government was coming in with subsidies. Let's remove the subsidies so that people will pay based on what's happening internationally. Well, that has been introduced. Has the petroleum sector collapsed? If we can use the same approach for the PURC...
Can you repeat your point?
I'm saying that previously, when we saw government intervening when the dollar misbehaved against us, with subsidies, which they failed to pay. And Senyo Hosi and their people, kept pressing government, and then Ghanaian people were not happy with what was happening. Deregulation, people insisted, meant that, okay, let's have a way of allowing the system to correct itself economically. So that if it goes up, you pay for it. If it goes down, you pay for it. Then we have something known as the pricing window, right?
But we never really paid.
No, to a large extent, at least since we went full deregulation,
the government still had to deal with the losses. So even though you're right, even though for some time the policy was that they should reduce the subsidies, all governments have still kept it. So I am saying that
to a large extent, the impact in terms of what they pay, that's an entirely different matter. But then again, it became more predictable in terms of what happens during the pricing window and what the Ghanaian people should expect. I'm saying that, yes, this 3-month thing is some way. The PURC should not use that as an excuse.
So you're saying PURC should change?
The fuel sector tells us that it is possible to align it with what happens internationally in a way that is reasonable. It may not be 3 months. It should not be 3 months. 3 months is too long. We can make it 1 month as the oil sector people normally do. To say, oh, this is pricing window.
I'm saying that we bash the power and the utilities a lot, and I do know that, again, if you read the Pricewaterhouse report, there are many kinds of losses.
Yes, that's true.
Technical, commercial.
Yes.
But there's also FX loss.
Yes.
And I'm saying that those FX losses, for once, let them also get the FX windfall.
Which are the biggest ones?
I think it depends. Generally, the commercial are the largest.
Yes, so they should address
but
those
in a way, you can actually put FX under commercial, but you can also separate it as a trade loss. But what I'm saying is that, you see, if the power companies are strong, we all benefit.
Yeah,
if the utilities, like for example, Ghana Water today, you read a story that the northern region needs Mutakel will tell you that they need investment to do many things. It's more expensive to process water. And the tariff we pay is not commensurate with the cost of they buy chemicals to do that. So I'm saying that over the longest time, they've been making FX losses on our behalf. So if they are going to gain it for 1 month, let them take it.
But you see, that would have been compensated for if they were taking care of the commercial losses. And
no, but there are different losses. So,
I understand.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So Sky, if your balance sheet,
if in your area,
Sky, the fact that they are making commercial losses does not mean that they shouldn't benefit from FX gains. No. Because you see, that's why I think we are overstretching it. Yeah. They lose technically. Mm-hmm. Technical losses could be some articulator has run through a pool
and they don't fix it in good time.
Good. A commercial loss could be instead of collecting money from GFA or Accra Sports Stadium, they say, oh, it's Ghana's government, so we'll not charge them. Yes. Or instead of converting your meter from prepaid to postpaid, they keep it at postpaid and you're not paying bills. But there's also an FX bit
I'm not denying
where
that.
They are locked into agreements with companies, some of which are in fact, I will say to you that one of the things we need to do in Ghana is to review our power purchase agreements to a point where some of them are so inimical to the state. This is what tends to happen when we have a power crisis.
All kinds of
power production merchants just appear with briefcases and come and give us ridiculous power proposals, which because of doomsday and its fear, we are forced to sign, and they lock us into very, very high rates that we are not able to recover. So, in trying to help the power value chain, we deal with all three sides: production, generation, transmission, and all of those. So, if this windfall will help deal with their lost positions for a brief period, because you see, if their loss is reduced, you benefit. I actually think one of the reasons why ECG, they're talking on PSP, is because of this. You see, the ECG has become such a whipping boy in the public parlance. IMF will say ECG, government, ECG, everybody's whipping ECG, but your light is still on. So what I'm saying is that if they will lose when the dollar depreciates, or when the city depreciates, let them gain a little.
You see, while I understand the point you are making, I will still push back because you and I sat here 2 weeks ago, was it just last week? Somebody's light has been off for the past what?
But they went to fix it.
Eventually.
After we intervened.
I'm saying that we should not be shouting about things like that for them to get fixed. I get angry when I pass by and I see a whole big pipeline, water, gushing out just like that. People going in, fetching it for free. And it happens for 2 weeks in some cases. They should be responsible enough to react to these things in good time. If they do that properly, then we can say that, the FX losses, then we can cut them.
But do you know that the system to put in place to even monitor that thing will also cost money?
Yes.
So, and if the company doesn't even have money, and listeners, please don't think I'm here to do PR for any of the companies. I'm just being a general devil's advocate. If the company doesn't even have money to buy chemicals to process water for you, you get it. So let's assume you are ECG MD today or Ghana Water MD today. Your raw water volumes are lower, so the turbidity of the water is very high. So you are buying more chemicals to process your plants. You have to buy new plants and equipment. If you don't do that, investing in a system to even do this kind of monitoring is a secondary consideration. Do you understand me? At least give the people enough water to drink. It's a very complicated situation, and because the public utility, the draconian thing you can do if if Ghana Water was a private company, Ghana Water can say, you use your internet, you don't pay. MTN can cut your data, but cutting your water is a whole issue. So, for example, secondary schools. Let's assume secondary schools have not paid for water. If you are a Ghana Water company boss, you'll be very, very wicked to you and cut their water. They say, how can you keep girls in a secondary school that they've not paid their water bill? Do you want them to die? You get it? So, managing a public utility has other things that requires that. That's why it's a social thing. We should invest in it. So, if they've made losses for years, and for a brief period, they can get a windfall that they can. So, what we can say is that let's force them to invest that windfall into the system you talk about. So, you can say, okay, keep the windfall. But is it to invest in a tracking system to reduce your commercial losses? I can live with that. But to say that they should translate it back to the consumer, I think we are not being fair to them. Let's take a short break and then come back and read the rest of your comments.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Hi, Mom, it's me, Kwame.
Hey, Kwame, how are you?
Mom, I'm fine,
Okay.
You know something?
No, tell me.
I'm looking for a complete furniture set for my new place.
Kwame, I've told you before, the only one place you should go,
Yeah, Mom, but I need a mattress to fit my bed.
Ash foam.
I need a bed to fit my room.
Ash foam.
What about a sofa way go relax my body?
Ash foam.
Wardrobes to fit all my clothes?
Ash foam.
What about linens and pillows for sweet dreams?
Kwame. Ash foam.
Mommy, that I feel you. Ash foam all the way.
From mattresses to beds, sofas, wardrobes, linens, pillows, and more. Don't waste time and visit any Ashfoam showroom across the country or call our hotline at 0243 200 729. Ashfoam. Feel it, know it.
Oh, right into the pond.
Of course, a pro indeed, Andy.
Another message? Oh, wait, not again.
Why, what's wrong?
We've exceeded our fuel budget by 15,000 Ghana cedis this month. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, that's crazy. Just for a few vehicles?
Exactly. We spend so much on fuel, but I don't even know where it's going.
I had the same problem until Instroma GPS saved me. Their fuel monitoring system stops fuel theft and wastage, saving me thousands, bro.
Really?
Yeah. It paid for itself in months. Plus, I get monthly reports that track every drop of fuel. Hey, I'm not gonna lose God.
Oh.
Take control of your fuel costs today. Get a free demo of Instroma's fuel monitoring system. Call 024-676-7662 now. Instroma GPS. Your choice, your savings.
Burna Boy, Trevor Noah, Black Coffee, Chimamanda the writer, Febe Mugugu, the fashion designer, and many more young African icons didn't get where they are by following mainstream paths. They did things differently. Say yes to doing things differently. Say yes to the creative person within you, the maker, innovator, entrepreneur. Chart a new path, learn new skills, globally recognized by the American Welding Society and Pearson's BTech. So whether in Ghana or abroad, you will shine. Say yes to DTI, a learning experience that is next level. Go to dtiafrica.com or call 054-169-3534.
Mom, please can I have some milk in my Milo?
Have you tasted it?
No. But I didn't see you add milk.
Hey, taste it before you ask me any questions.
Hey, milk na chum say.
This is Milo all in one. Milo Pampa, cocoa, malt, milk and show, everything is inside.
Milo All-in-One already comes with more milk. Just mix with water and taste the nourishing goodness of quality cocoa, malt, and more milk all in one sachet. Milo, the energy to go further.
This advert is FDA approved.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Kids, no running. They grow up so fast.
Come here, guys. Who wants to watch their favorite show on GoTV?
Your family's favorite moments are made better with GoTV's shows. We've got loads of local, international, and kids channels, and all the football you need from the comfort of your home.
You can also watch your favorite shows wherever you are with GoTV Stream. Stick with GoTV and let's go together. GoTV. Love it.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
Hi Bernard, I wanted to weigh in on the CD appreciation discussion. First of all, I think the professor had spoken that BOG leads CD appreciation. And as much as that is in theory, in Ghana, it is the finance ministry, because it is the fiscal spending that always has certain unintended impact on the city depreciation. So I would say that the combination of factors is government spending has not started yet. That is number one. And this is all things being equal in terms of American issues with the dollar and all those things. But however, I think that if the government plans with the gold board works, despite the fiscal spending, the city could be stabilized. And yes, the main issue that we want, and my wife has a small business, is stabilization. Stabilization is the stability is the key. Not whether it's 15 or 14, it's the stability whereby I can plan in the next 6 months, knowing that $1 is 14 and it's going to remain so. It helps me to plan ahead and be able to buy or do business. That is the main thing that is really, really important when it comes to economic management or public finance.
All right. Thank you, Bekwin. I don't have time to play the whole thing, but we'll continue the discussion tonight on the point of view. The question we'll be asking is, how sustainable is the city surge? And I'll assemble some people who understand currency to tell us how long this appreciation will last. So watch out for the point of view tonight. Bolt Food is definitely the number one option for the delivery of all your favorite meals from your favorite restaurants. On Bolt Foods, get a delicious medium Ghanaman wings and a bottle of Coke for just 260 cedis. Grab a small Ghanaman wings and a bottle of Coke for 99 cedis from Papa's Pizza. These offers are exclusively available for you on Bolt Foods. Download the Bolt Food app today and enjoy Susu. You said you used to use a lot of these things. Now they said their prices are coming down. Accra, are you ready? The Momo Fest train is here. Come and experience seamless shopping and music experience from your favorite vendors and artists from 16th to 17th of May 2025 at Medina. Join us for a vibrant cashless market with over 50 top-tier vendors in Accra, up to 20% discount on goods and services on sale, up to 10,000 cedis in the Momo Keteke game show, awareness on Momo and other fraud-related issues, entertaining games, and a chance to win souvenirs, and of course great music by Joey B, Mr. Drew, Sefa, and Olive the Boy. It's a fun fair. Download the Momo app now for a free pass to this exciting event. Momo Fest is powered by MTN Momo and sponsored by MTN Business and Ayo Insurance. Download the Momo app now and let's stay connected. Are you upgrading your office? Call the experts. Expert Office Furnish Company have your ergonomic swivel chairs available. They have intelligent seat cushion with dynamic bionic spine pressure relief design, a dynamic smart motion support technology, equipped with double wing support chips with great benefit for your health and spine. Locate us off the Atomic Hills Estate Road on the Asori Junction near ASI Plus Ashoman Estates. Call Expert Office Furnish on 0244 280 532 or go to our website expertofficefurnish.com. And are you a business or individual looking to cut energy costs? Don't miss the AGI Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency B2B Expo happening 22nd May at the Accra International Conference Center. Come and connect with trusted renewable energy companies, explore financing options, and get sustainable energy solutions tailored for your business. Admission is free. Register at agiesc.com/expo. This event is brought to you by the AGI Industries Energy Service Center in partnership with Swiss Contact Energy Commission, Partner Africa Project on Vocational Skills Training, GIZ Pact of Skills, and Sol Power and Translight Solar. And a quick final birthday dedication.
Yes, so let me do this one quickly for Belinda Baffo, who says, please, today is my mom's birthday and I'll be grateful if you could put together something nice for her. Happy birthday, Madam Ernestina Owusu Abeka. You are a wonderful woman. You have raised that properly in the Lord, and may the Lord God continue to bless you. Coming in from Belinda Baffo, and this one says Charles Go. He's a great guy.
I did it.
You've done that already.
Charles Edem Go.
Okay, so Larry Dogbe is adding his voice to that. And then finally, this one is going out to Emilia Agbozo, who is a branch manager at Pinocchio in Osu. You are a wonderful lady. May the Lord God continue to bless you, and do have a blast of a day.
That's all we have time for today's edition. Welcome to a new week. We pray for blessings for you, that you succeed in whatever good thing you start. Branch in the City is coming up shortly. Before that, City News at 10 with a UB. We are Fiakinti. Good morning.
Good morning and welcome to City News at 10.